All right, all right, all right. Sunday night football. Going live a few minutes early. Going live a little early. Because I figured, why not? Why not? How is everybody doing tonight? 20 minutes away from kickoff, there is a lot to talk about with regards to the early games today. Man, Tom Grossi also going live. Yes. Oh, I figured. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people doing this game. The Sunday night games are always big time. And I think Grossi is probably already live. But hey, Tom is the man. He's great. If you'd like to hang out with me, groovy. We can all choose and do our thing. How are we doing, Robert? Good to have you here. Always a pleasure, my man. I did have a good day, actually. I had a pretty good day. It was actually pretty busy. I had a bunch of work to do. So yeah, there was quite a lot of work to do beforehand, but able to make it here. Actually got a little bit early. I'd planned to go live at 5:05. We got a little bit early, so nothing wrong with that. Better to be early than late. Arpin 8, who do I want to win this game? That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe when the game starts, I'll kind of like naturally go with someone. But I mean, either the Giants or the Commander. I don't know. I don't know. Jesus, Niner gang, bang, bang, Niner gang. We're doing it. Sunday night football. Let's go. We're here. The Commanders' defense is absolutely for real. I mean, there's so much that there's so many excellent players. Shifty's the man, and Stacy's, yes, you got that right. Stacy's mom has got it going on. I'm gonna put in a little poll here and see what you guys think. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. All right, so I just dropped that into the chat. Who do you guys want to win? Who are we going for? Who are we going for? Crazy Guy says, I hate both of these teams. He's like, I hate both of them. Let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I don't like the Commander's name. I will still call them by the Washington football team. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Is it the poll's still going, right? Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, both these teams. I mean, I'm not a fan of either, but I think that, God, who am I going for? Who am I going for? Man, I don't know. I mean, maybe the Giants. That way the Commanders come into San Francisco and they're like maybe kind of like feeling defeated after their loss. I don't know. It's a tough call. I'll always try and spin it in a certain way that it will, whatever way it helps out the 49ers, Good times are ready to go. What's up, Brian? Niners offense will be tested versus the Commanders defense. It absolutely will be. What is a commander? Yeah, the Cobra Commander. I think that's the Cobra. That's what they were going for, right? That was the cartoon. Wait, GI Joe, isn't it? That was GI Joe's. That was GI Joe's nemesis, wasn't it? The Cobra Commander. But yeah, I know. I think we talked about this in one of the streams yesterday. But I wish they had gone for like the Red Tails, the Red Hogs, or something like that, as like a bit of an homage, to like the first name. That like, in the sense that, it's paying respect to all the players who played for the franchise before. I know the name, of course, is controversial with regards to the Washington's former name. But yeah, Washington, their defense is really good. In terms of yards per game, they're ranked number 4 in the NFL. in terms of points per game. They're a little bit lower, but they're ranked 10th in the NFL. Compare that to the New York Giants. Giants is way down. Giants have a bottom 10 yards per game and points per game. They're middle of the pack. So although I think I slightly like the Giants offense more, but we're going to get in. We're going to talk all about the of course the Commanders and Giants. But wow, let's talk about some of the early games. And pretty super busy, so I didn't get a chance to watch all of these games, but holy moly, what crazy games. And who would have thought, I mean, there's so many things to talk about. Let's start off with a great topic, which is the Dallas Cowboys blow a huge lead over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Overtime, pick six. Jaguars take down. Randy, how are we doing? Brian, always good to have you. And drop the comments in the chat. We have a poll going. And but talk about the Cowboys losing. Nelson Nava, how are we doing, buddy? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Less than 15 minutes from kickoff in this game. But overtime, and they throw the interception. They absolutely blow it. And I mean, look, it wasn't Prescott, but throws it to Noah Brown. Doesn't really catch it. The ball kind of awkwardly flips up. Intercepted, and the Cowboys lose in Jacksonville. And the Jaguars, even though the Jaguars' record is 6-8, I think the Jaguars have beaten some good teams. So maybe next year, I think Jacksonville could be in with a shout. Some other huge games. We had the Detroit Lions knocking off the New York Jets in New York. And that's no joke. The Jets, I think they're just going to have to figure out, like, what's the deal with Zach Wilson? Is he going to be back? I don't think he's going to be back next year. I mean, maybe, but Zach Wilson, some really awful plays. Had some nice throws too, let's be honest, but some awful plays as well. So yikes. I think they're a lot better off with Mike White, that's for sure. Nice, Brian. I'll look for you on YouTube. I really feel bad for Mac Jones. And of course, and that's one of the games that just happened down the stretch. And also, look, who would have thought it that Kansas City going like toe-to-toe with the Houston, who would have thought the Houston Texans would be up for that? They go to overtime, and then what's his name? Davis Mills fumbles the ball on the Texans' first play in overtime, their first offensive play, and just awful, like really bad. And I've said it once, I've said it again. The Houston Texans find new and exciting ways to lose games, and it's just absolutely bonkers, isn't it? But yeah, then the Raiders and the let's keep getting those votes in with who we want to win. But the Raiders and the Patriots, and it was a game that was going to go to overtime. There was the last touchdown of the game for the Raiders, the second to last, I guess, because a lot of people saying that foot was out of bounds, and I think it was, but it was really close. They did not overturn it. Raiders tie it up, and then the Patriots go for some silly play at the end of the game, which I don't think that was the call at all. I think that the call was just handed off to Ramondre Stevenson, and maybe hopefully you get lucky with some blocks down the field and it's a touchdown. But holy moly, the Raiders with an unlikely win and just unreal. Let's get to some of the comments in here as well. Houston has been playing well recently, it seems. Yeah, you're right, Robert. It's crazy. They easily could have beaten the Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs in back-to-back weeks, but it is what it is. But just crazy to think what could have been, with because they're just blowing it, really, just blowing games, and that's just what bad teams do. It's what bad teams do. excited to see. I haven't really watched either of these teams like in like a full game this season. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen highlights from these teams, but so really excited to watch both of them because look, the Niners are going to play the Commanders this Saturday. The game is on Saturday, Christmas Eve. Just a gentle reminder. 16 people in here, guys. Hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're up to 6 likes already. Let's keep that rocking and rolling. Excellent. And there we go, man. I'm really pumped for this game. Get a close look at the Washington Commanders. Really good defense. Points per game, yards per game, top 5, points per game, top 10. And let's see how they handle the New York Giants. And really, this is a big game for both teams because this is going to be a huge implications with regards to seeding, with regards to, with regards to tiebreakers. That's the word. I was looking at tiebreakers, so there's a lot to talk about here. And let's see what else we have. Would have been great to see the Chiefs lose. I would have loved that, Robert. That would have been awesome. Jimmy going to be a Texan next year, says Randy. I mean, that could be a smart move because I don't think that Davis Mills is the guy. Maybe you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe you take a quarterback early, and maybe you start the season with Garoppolo out there, and then however way the season's going, then you maybe bring in like Bryce Young or whichever quarterback you want to draft, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming up, or supposedly in next year's draft. So there we go. I could totally see that. Jimmy ain't gonna be a Niner. Pretty sure we all agree on that. Yeah, I think the odds of Jimmy being a Niner are slim and none, basically. Just simply because, I think the smart way the Niners could do it is you essentially, if you have Trey Lance, you have Brock Purdy, and maybe you have like another rookie or maybe someone like that you want to develop as well. But the great thing with that is then you have so little of your cap space invested in the quarterback position, which normally for teams it's so much of your cap space that you can really have that amazing roster around them. So there we go. I'm rooting for the Commanders on this one. Raiders are technically still in the playoffs. Who would have thought that? Bro, can you help me out here? So if the Niners get the 2nd seed, will they get a week off in the playoffs? Nelson, they will not get a week off in the playoffs. So the way that it's done now is that it's actually 7 teams from each conference go into the playoffs. Only the number 1 seed in each conference gets a week off. We would then play the number 7 seed. So for example, the Niners right now have the number 3 seed. So with the number 3 seed, we would be playing the number 6 seed. So we would actually be playing the Commanders. If the season was over right now, we would be playing the Commanders. But and it's a thing where I was actually, it was a bit of a long shot, but I was really hoping that the Bears could have taken down the Eagles, because then it still leaves the opportunity for the Niners to get the number 1 seed, which was very unlikely, but a possibility. But the Bears, Justin Fields, a little iffy. The offensive line in Chicago is trash. So there we go. Crazy guy, you okay? Yeah, man, that's a brutal way to lose. And yeah, of course, look, the Cowboys wanted to keep pace with the Eagles. I think the Cowboys play the Eagles next week. So if they were able to have won that game and then you can beat the Eagles, then there's a lot of pressure on Philadelphia, but definitely reduces the pressure right now. Yeah, let's see what Randy says. Let's see what the Commanders got tonight. This is great. Getting to watch them before next Saturday. And that's the thing too, guys. Look, we know that, of course, the 49ers played on Thursday night football. So we've had all these extra days to basically rest, recover, potentially even begin the game planning process, I'm sure. But then also you look at the Commanders, is that they're playing Sunday night. So this game, and look, it's on the East Coast. So right now, this game, it's 8:15 right now on the East Coast. By the time this game is over on the East Coast, you're talking, like 11:30 at night? And then you have a short week because it's on Saturday, remember that, and the Commanders will have to travel across the country. So, it's a short week for for Washington. So that's a bit of an advantage, you'd have to say, for the 49ers. But Nelson, yeah, only the top seed in each conference gets a bye week in the playoffs. Oh, the poll. Yeah, let's check out and see how we're doing with the poll. I'm going to keep it going for a few more minutes. I'll keep the poll open until the game starts, which should be in about 4 minutes. Giants are in the lead, so a lot of people going for the Giants. Let me see what else. I wish the Chiefs would have lost, says the guy. It's okay. My Bills have a foot in the playoffs anyways. Bills should be thinking about the Bengals game. The Bengals, it's just another manic Sunday. Yeah, I mean, the Bills game, that was wild, of course, last night. Bills come away with a huge win against the Dolphins, really down to the wire. But that AFC, man, I think the AFC, until we see maybe Lamar Jackson coming back and really looking good, I think it's really a three-horse race in the AFC playoffs, you know. You got Cincinnati, you got Kansas City, and then, of course, you got the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins lost 3 in a row. Granted, 3 tough games and 3 games on the road. The Jets have imploded. The Patriots, I don't know what you call that. The Titans don't know what they're doing. Jacksonville might make the playoffs, for crying out loud. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Jacksonville are 1 game out from the top of their division. That AFC South is dreadful, I tell you. Possibly 2 of the worst teams in the AFC South possibly 2 of the worst teams in the NFL play in the AFC South. God, I'm stumbling over everything. Got to get into a bit of a groove here. All right, I really hope that Shanahan does not bring back Jimmy in the playoffs. Brock is on fire, says Nelson. I tend to agree with you. First of all, I don't think, from what it all sounds like, is that from the updated, information that we have. I know Ian Rappaport was saying that Jimmy probably not going to be even good to play. If there was football in March, would probably be then. So, yeah, I don't think you'll bring Jimmy back. I think it's going to be, you're just going to roll with Brock Purdy, Josh Johnson, and I think these next 3 weeks for Brock Purdy are going to be crucial. The good news, which I like, is the fact that for Brock Purdy, when you look at the next few games, we're playing the Commanders, a very good defense. So Brock Purdy's going to be able to go up against them. The other teams, the Cardinals and the Raiders, not so much in terms of defensively. I mean, I wouldn't say that either of them should present a massive challenge. In fact, both of those defenses are bottom 10, but maybe you get that, you can build that confidence then going into the playoffs. So, but there we go. After this, I'm not sure Purdy will be a backup QB. Someone will try and pick him up if Lance comes back, says James. It's an interesting question. I think that, we'll have to see what happens, man. I mean, look, I think we all like so far what Brock Purdy's done, but we have to keep reminding ourselves that he's only played 11 quarters, not even 3 full games in the NFL, in the regular season. So, can't crown him yet. I like what I've seen, and by all accounts, he's looked good. Not complaining by any means, but I think we'll have a much better idea of Brock Purdy after the next 3 games heading into the playoffs. We'll see what happens. So, of course, I'm hoping and wishing for the best. I hope we have a potential quarterback controversy with Brock Purdy, because if he's taken us so far, maybe winning the frickin' who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think Robert just came in with a really good point, that Purdy is on such a cheap contract for the next few years that he's a great backup. Now, of course, if a team were to come in and be like, we'll give you like a first-round pick or a couple of firsts, then of course you entertain that. You absolutely entertain that and probably do that trade, but that's all a matter of how it comes down to how other teams view Brock Purdy. Realistically, Jimmy Garoppolo won a lot of games and his market wasn't there. No teams wanted to trade for him. So the guy says, what are the goals for tonight? So look, I'm going to be very realistic here tonight, or I'm going to try and keep it realistic that there's a lot of people streaming this game. I really appreciate all of you for coming out into the stream tonight. The regardless, I've done streams, and if you look, I've done streams where I've had like 1 or 2 people in here for the whole game. I'm going to be going crazy as always. If we're going to, let's put out some goals though. Let's go with 1250 subscribers. So if we can get 14 subscribers tonight, if we could hit 20 members, that would be awesome. That would be a great goal. And then with regards to likes, right now we're at 8. We're at Steve Young likes. So if we can get to, let's go with John Brody likes. Let's go with 12 likes. Let's go for 12. Randy says, our schedule has been a blessing this season. Short weeks for a few of our opponents, and basically we're on the West Coast. Yeah, and that was the big thing. And I had a sense that because if you look at our season was basically split down the middle. I think we played 8 games, and then we had a bye week, and then 9 games. And really, once we finished the game against all the way back to Atlanta, we only had 3, I think it was 3 road games. Coming up, we have the Raiders, we had Seattle on the road, and we had Arizona on the road. And Arizona on the road was a game basically on neutral ground in Mexico City. Honestly, that probably favored. I thought Chase Young was going to play. That's why I put him in the thumbnail. Damn it. Chase Young, I guess he's not playing. I wonder if he will be back next week. That could be a huge impact on the 49ers game. But yeah, so I kind of got sidetracked there. 17 people in here. Feel free to like and subscribe. But subscribers, we're going to go for 1250 subscribers. Can we hit 20 members? We're going to kick it off. You know what, Diana? I like Diana's idea. Let's go for Montana. Let's go for Montana likes on the stream. We're about to get rocking and rolling. I am going to end the poll. Looks like we're going for the Giants tonight. I think, I'm going to go with what you guys are saying here. We'll go for the Giants maybe, but the Niners and Giants have a lot of ugly history in the playoffs, so I kind of like seeing them lose. I think I might go for the Commanders. I'm going to throw a curveball. I think I might go for the Commanders here. We'll see. So the kick is away, and Washington will get the ball. It's going to be a touchback. Washington will get the ball 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. I think this year proves that with quarterback play always an injury away, so having a solid backup seems to be key to team success. Look at Baltimore now. Robert, that's a great point. I think you have to have that backup guy. You look at even the Washington Commanders. Wentz came in, went down. So having a good backup is key. So 1st and 10 for Washington. Heineke in the pistol, back behind him. A lot of motion pre-snap here. Snap is away. They are going to hand it off up the middle and going to get good yards on 1st down. Fights forward 6 yards, and that's Brian Robinson Jr., the rookie. And shout out to Brian Robinson Jr., man. He was, in the offseason, he was shot. Able to not only come back and just live a normal life, but play football. So that's just crazy. But thankfully, him and his life can kind of continue as normal as it can. 2nd and 3 in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Snap is away. Heineke's looking, pressure's coming, dumps it off to Robinson. Plenty of room, already up by midfield. So Washington on the move. And Nelson says, with Jimmy leaving the Niners to get a good pick for Jimmy, I wouldn't be surprised if they... possibly. Nick's News, what's up? But I'm going to bed, but showing my like and support. Thank you very much, Nick. Have a good night, good sir. And appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you. Cobra Commander. So 1st and 10 Washington at midfield. Snap is away. They are going to hand it off, and he's going to get swallowed up. Going to lose a yard, and that's going to be Curtis Samuel. And you're going to see Curtis Samuel used fairly similarly to a guy like Deebo Samuel. No relation, as far as I know. Smoke82, how are we doing? Yeah, drop those emotes in the chat. We got some rad ones here. Boom. Let's go. 2nd and 11 for the Commanders at their own 49 in shotgun. Back to his right. 2 receivers up top. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Coming with pressure. Heineke dumps it off to his tight end. Gonna pick up okay-ish yards. Maybe 5 or 6 yards. It makes the 3rd down manageable, but hold on. There's a flag on the field. Potentially, we'll see what they're pointing at. Potentially in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be holding on the defense, so that's an automatic first down for the Washington Commanders on Darnay Holmes, the slot cornerback for the New York Giants. He was holding, that was Curtis? I mean, they kind of just got tangled up. I don't know about that one. Yeah, we're shooting for 1,250 subscribers, so if you're new, subscribe to the channel. 1st and 10, Washington at the Giants 46. Snap is away, throwing it deep, and threw it a little bit high. The ball kind of came out awkwardly, looking for the big tight end, Logan Thomas, and the ball kind of sailed on him. Definitely not really much zip on that one, so a little bit iffy right there. We'll see. But this is really good. I'm really glad to get to watch Washington just to kind of get a preview of what this team's going to look like because we see them on Saturday, Christmas Eve. Kenny M says, wore my Niners jersey to church today. Hell yeah, Kenny. There you go, man. Got to wear it with pride. 2nd and 10 for Washington in the pistol. Man in motion. Snap is away. They are going to hand it off up the middle. Cuts around. Really pushing forward. Trying to fight for every single yard. Picks up about 4. So it'll be definitely 3rd and manageable. And they are in that interesting part of the field. We're going for it on 4th downs. A possibility. Just saying. Red in church. I love it, says Randy. Robert, I will get to your comment momentarily. This is a big 3rd down here. Can Washington stay on the field? In shotgun by himself is Taylor Heineke. And he's got 3 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to the right. Do the Giants want to bring pressure? They're showing pressure. They are going to blitz one guy. Quick pass. It's going to be to Scary Terry, but he's going to be short of the 1st down marker. This is 4th and 1, 4th and 2. And this is at the Giants' 38-yard line. So is it going to be Riverboat Ron? We know Ron Rivera can be a bit of a gambler, and it looks like his offense is staying out there. The Giants have a good D coordinator in, Wink Martindale? Commanders offense is out there. 4th and 1 from the 37 of New York. In shotgun, back to his right. Man in motion. Snap is away. They hand it off up the middle, and he is going to fight forward. 1st down, Washington, up for a pickup of about 5. Pickup of about 5. So Robert said football isn't always like other sports trades because teams know that they have to cut the player because of cap space, no trade clauses, etc. I thought the Jimmy contract was friendly, so he may have gotten concessions. Yeah, I mean, I would have traded for, and maybe just because I'm a Niner fan, and prior to the season, I was kind of, hoping for a good Jimmy trade. I would have traded for Jimmy over Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan. But 1st and 10, Washington, they fake the pitch out, and they just hand it off to Curtis Samuel, and that play is stuffed out. Loss of about 5 by the great rookie, Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. And if we got any Ducks fans in the building, that was a great play by Kayvon. Gets right around, just doesn't even get blocked, not even blocked. So easy play. They tried to get him with misdirection. He wasn't fooled, and it's a loss of about 5 on 1st down. Kayvon Thibodeau. So it's actually 2nd and 13 in shotgun. Snap is away. Heineke throws it over the middle. Gonna be caught. And that's going to be by Antonio Gibson. Picks up about 3 or 4. So we're looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 for the Washington Commanders. 21 people in here, guys. Feel free to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We have 18 likes, so we've already beat our goal, so that's awesome. So let's try and shoot for Christian McCaffrey, likes 23. It's 3rd and 9. Heineke and shotgun back to his left. Snap is away. Giants bringing pressure. Time's running out, and he's dancing around the pocket and gets sacked. And that's a really big time play right there for the New York Giants. Potentially knocks them out of field goal range. I mean, it's going to be a long field goal, and it's not easy kicking field goals here in Washington. Big wind is a factor here. But Heineke not looking super comfortable, and he did have a guy kind of open in the end zone. Kenny M says, Duck fan here. Diana says, heck yeah, go Ducks. So we do have a couple of Oregon Duck fans here. Yeah, man, Turbo. The Commanders are going to punt it, and they're on the Giants 34. So it would be a 52-yard field goal, but they do not want to go for that. But yeah, Turbo Duran, yeah, man, I think you were right, bud. Like that, you said, hey, you should do the Raider game, and I just didn't have the time to do two games, and I wanted to let the poll results speak for themselves. But yeah, that Raider game was a big good one, huh? I bet you were pretty stoked on that. And let's see, Smoke. I only liked my beer iced, not my quarterback. Yeah, there's a pretty significant breeze here. It does look like, yeah, the Washington Commanders are going to come out and punt the ball away. Interesting call here. They're going to try and pin the Giants way back. Now, to make this punt worthwhile, you want to get at least inside the 10. And we'll see what happens. And Richie James actually fields it up to the 10, 15, 20. The former 49er takes the punt. Not a good punt. Not nearly enough hang time. And the Giants have it at the 30-yard line. So with that decision to punt it, the Commanders only get 3-4 yards out of it. Awful decision. Let's see. Duck fan here. Yeah. How is everybody doing? So stretch goals for the night. If we can hit 1250 subscribers, and if we can hit 20 members, and then we're at 20 likes already. So great to see it. It's all good to see you went with, yep. That Raiders game was wild. And man, I was kind of talking mess about CBS, saying, hey, CBS, why are you showing Kansas City and Houston in most of the country? And it's like, that ended up being a great game that went to overtime. Crazy, I think this game ends in a tie. Brian's calling his shot right now. He thinks it's going to be a tie. So we'll see. I mean, you never know. We have 20 likes on the stream. We're 3 away from Christian McCaffrey likes. Let's go. Let's freaking go. And yeah, again, a huge shout out to everyone for such a great day yesterday of streaming. Had so much fun. The support was phenomenal, and it's, almost overwhelming. So really appreciate everyone supporting. And I really appreciate the support in terms of like financially, monetarily, but also just the likes, the subscriptions, the views. It was crazy. It was so much fun. So thank you, everyone. Just a big shout out. I'm going to crack open a cold one here. I got a whole bunch of drinks here. I'm like, what the hell? But I'm going to crack open a cold one. And this is for everybody out there who's joined Shifty's 49ers Talk. In any capacity, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Cheers to you guys. So, Randy says, hopefully tonight is a slobber knocker and the Giants beat the Commies up a little bit. And I think it's going to be. We're at 22 likes. Thank you so much, Turbo Duran, as well. So we're 1 like away from hitting Christian McCaffrey likes. Let's make it happen. Hopefully this Sunday Night Football game is good. I'm hoping for a good game. I mean, division games. We saw it last night, Miami and Buffalo. So there's a lot of history between these two teams. So I think this should be a good game. Should hopefully go down to the wire. I'm out here relaxing, drinking a nice cold beer. Just got out of work. Pretty much the same as myself, man. Love it. So they hand off to Saquon on first down. Going to be a pickup of 2, and the Giants will have 2nd and 8 from their own 32-yard line. I'm not crazy about the Commanders' names, but I do kind of like their uniforms. I think they're pretty cool looking. Beer. So I'm actually going to give him a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Daniel Jones in shotgun by himself. Barkley's going to motion and go across the side of the field. Looking to throw it to Barkley right away. Tries to hit Darius Slayton on the quick pass. And the commander DB, I don't know who that was, but came in. Johnson, I thought he played it really well, but there is a flag on the field. Did he get there a little bit early? That's going to be the question. Hitting the like button may cause you to experience feelings of joy. So I think it was picked up. So it's going to be a quick 3rd down and 7. Jones in shotgun. Barkley going to be to his right. 3 receivers down low, 1 up top. Snap is away. Washington bringing pressure. Jones gets rid of it, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Slayton again, and played really, really well there. Was that by Johnson again? Wow, that was played really well. And they actually played that pretty aggressively, too. A lot of times, just the first couple of downs, the defense, they kind of play back a little bit. But Washington blitzing, the DB gets in there, swats it away. Robert has gifted a membership to a viewer. Remember, guys, make sure if you actually on your phone, you should be able to, on your phone or if you're on your computer, right below that notification, you should be able to select the option where you can receive the gifted membership. Let's give a huge shout out to Robert in the chat for the gifted membership. Robert's been a huge supporter of the channel, and I really greatly appreciate you, man. But yeah, if anyone is in the chat here, Turbo Duran, Diana, anyone else here who's Kenny M, 49ers fan 26, if you there should be a little icon right below where it says Robert gifted a membership, where you can select allow gifts and you get the membership. And the membership, just for right this moment, you're going to get emojis. You'll get a little icon beside your name. And then I do plan to do, I'm thinking at the very least, I want to do maybe at least 1 or 2 members only, streams per month. And then there's also the option where I could actually do early access to videos as well, things like that. So I'm still working my way through additional benefits for becoming a member as well. So Kenny M, there you go. We have Kenny M with becoming the latest member for Shifty's 49ers Talk. We're going to put it up on the leaderboard, and we're going to have latest member Kenny M. And we also have Diana. And Diana, thank you so much for joining Shifty's 49ers Talk. There's a whole bunch of great, cool emojis to use. You get the icon beside your name. And then, again, I will be looking to do members-only streams and early access to videos. And let's also get Diana on the board up here as well. Thank you. And we're up to 17 members. Drop those emotes in the chat. Let me redo this. Bam. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Excellent. So thank you, everyone, for being here. The butt counts. The butt always counts. Never forget it. The butt counts. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. You guys rule. And let's check and see how we are. We hit our goal. 23 likes. Let's go. Stretch goal now, because we got to do a new stretch goal, because this quickly we've already hit our likes goal. Is Talanoa Hufunga likes. Let's try and get that Talanoa Hufunga likes 29 likes. Washington is going to have the ball. 1st and 10 Commanders at their own 30. Heineke in shotgun, back to his right. Oh, that's going to be a neutral zone infraction, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Kayvon Thibodeau who came across, tried to anticipate the snap count, but that should be a neutral zone infraction against the Giants, so that should make it 1st Wait, I'm not sure if it's going to be 1st and 5 or if it'll just move the ball 5 yards, but it's 1st and 10. Maybe 1st and 5? We'll have to see. Either way, they move the ball up 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 5. I think it's for defensive holding that you don't get the extra. Yeah, Robert, Hufanga is a beast. Bang, bang, Niner gang. 1st and 5, Washington after the neutral zone infraction. Behind center, 2 players in the backfield. They're going to hand it up to Robinson up the middle, who's getting through, guys. Getting really good blocks. And all the way up to the 45, fighting up to midfield. And holy moly, up to midfield. That's 1st down, Washington. And really just getting a great push behind them. That big offensive line for the Commanders. Really good run here. They pulled a tight end. They pulled the left tackle. Excellent block there by Andrew Norwell, the longtime veteran offensive lineman. Kind of made his name early in his career with the Carolina Panthers. But he is someone who's with Ron Rivera, actually, back in Carolina those years ago. 1st and 10, Washington at the 50-yard line at midfield. Brian Robinson already 50 yards in the game. Snap is away. They do an end around to Curtis Samuel, who's going to just maybe pick up a yard. Got sniffed out pretty well, trying to get around his own receiver and kind of got bumped into him. And just no bueno. There we are. Wow. That was really well done by Kayvon Thibodeau and kind of messed up that play because he pushed the tight end right back, Logan Thomas, back into Curtis Samuel, so he really just couldn't hit that corner. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Washington. Heineke shotgun back to his right at the Giants' 48. Man in motion, snap is away, keeps himself, going to actually carry it himself, running hard, and Heineke's going to get a 1st down. Washington. And that's a really solid job right there by Taylor Heineke, keeping his eyes down the field, recognizing the play, doesn't take a big shot, but also picks up the 1st down, and Washington are on the move. I think really Heineke was looking to see what Thibodeau, and Thibodeau didn't keep contained. He just crashed in thinking that it was going to be a handoff up the middle. And that's what you do in those read option plays. If you're the quarterback, you just keep an eye on the D end. Which way does the D end go? You go the other way. 1st and 10, Washington at the Giants' 39. Behind center, Gibson in the backfield. Curtis Samuel in motion. They do hand it to Gibson over between the left guard and tackle. Gets about 5 yards. Good yards here. Going to be 2nd down and about 5 or so for the Commanders. And that's such a huge thing. Membership has its privileges. Yes. There we go. Yeah, we got emotes. You get the little icon beside your name. And then to come up in the very near future is going to be, we'll do a members-only stream and early access to videos. 2nd and 6 for Washington. Behind center, I formation. They're going to pitch it out to Antonio Gibson, who's got blockers in front of him. 1st down, Gibson down to the Giants' 25. And the Commanders are running the ball really well. And if you can establish the run, wow, I mean, you can just control the clock, dominate time of possession. Membership's pretty cool. LOL. Reginald says, take these stinking ace commos and off the 49ers page. That's funny. A private party. Let's get this party started right. CG, yo, CG is in the house. How are we doing, buddy? Great to have you here. 1st and 10, Washington hands it off to Brian Robinson. And Kayvon Thibodeau has been so active. Tackle for a loss of 3. He did bite down hard in that read option play, but outside of that, Kayvon Thibodeau's been making things happen. 19 people in here, guys. Feel free to hit the like button. We'll see. How are we doing with the likes? We're up to 26 likes. Let's freaking go. 3 away from Hufanga likes. 2nd and 12 for the Commanders. At the Giants' 27 in shotgun. Snap is away. Looking to throw. Dumps it off to Gibson, who tried to haul it in with one hand and just couldn't do it. The throw a little bit too far out in front of him. He did have a little bit of real estate to work with, though, if he could have brought that in. 3rd and 12. Suddenly, Commanders are going to be faced with a 3rd and long. At this point, I would say that you have to. If you don't pick up the first down, you kick a field goal. I can't stop crying over France, says Mr. Reginald. President Macron looked pissed. Yeah, Argentina winning the World Cup in penalties today. Good for Argentina. Bummer if you're a French fan. 3rd and 12, empty backfield. Maybe that was a delay of game. It was, unless there was a timeout. And it's going to be delay of game. The delay of game. Hey, Macarena. Delay of game for the Commanders. And that's going to be 3rd and 17. And now they're kind of knocking themselves out of field goal range. Ooh, yikes, 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 yikes. CG has had some awesome guests lately. His shorts are off the hook too. Yeah, he's been doing really well there. 3rd and 17 for the Commanders at the Giants 32. Empty backfield, and that's going to be another false start, I think. And that's a false start. The last time it was delay of game. And it's going to be, oof, they're discussing it now. It's a false start, so now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 22. Unbelievable if you are the Commanders. It's actually on the wide receiver, the rookie first-round pick, Jahan Dotson. I think Dotson was out of Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. Glad France got craped. 3rd and 22 for the Commanders. Empty backfield in shotgun as Heineke. 3 to the top, 2 down low. Snap is away. Heineke, quick pass, looking for Curtis Samuel and gets a bunch of those yards back, but it's going to be well short of the first down. So that's going to bring up a very manageable field goal attempt coming up here. Kafifi Coffee. Commander love run. Niners need to stop it. Yep. Commanders, yeah, exactly right. The Commanders looking so far like they can run the ball pretty well. You just have to be able to hold that down. Here comes a 41-yard field goal attempt, and this will be the former Niner kicker, Joey Sly. Snap is away, hold is good, kick is up, and it's going to be good. So Commanders take a 3-0 lead over the New York Giants, and we only have 3 minutes left in the first quarter. When you have these longer drives, the quarters just fly by. Yep, Robinson is who we need to contain. Absolutely right, CG. Next Saturday, Christmas Eve, the 49ers take on the Washington Commanders. And I think the big thing with the 49ers is, and the Niners are the number 1 team against the run in the NFL. So basically you want to force Heineke to try and beat you, to throw, having to throw against the fierce 49ers pass rush and the secondary that's playing really good football lately too. Game tell a lot about next week game. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Cub Fifi. Reginald, LOI, lost my commode's ski cap when my access to the ride came before sunrise. I pray it was left on the van. Wow, it's a whole thing right there, huh? It's a whole story. Watch out, Commander. Yeah, he likes to run too, Heineke, and we've struggled in the past with mobile quarterbacks. What's up, SFN? Great to have you here, buddy. Thank you for dropping by on the live stream. The butt counts. The butt counts. We should be able to limit McLaurin, says CG. I mean, the Niners have done a good job on, and I think what you might see, what we saw Charvarius to a certain degree basically shadow DK Metcalf in the Thursday night game. You might see that, again, to a certain degree against scary Terry McLaurin. But, let's also give a shout out, and I think it was actually, maybe it was CG who said this before the season, but, Diamador Lenore has been playing really good football, so I actually have a good amount of confidence in Lenore. Saw Commander QB run, so be careful, Niners. Absolutely. I think teams are pretty scared coming over the middle on our linebackers. Yeah, they are really. I mean, they get really nervous coming over the middle. I mean, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, these guys do not mess around. They are not afraid to lay a big hit, especially Dre Greenlaw. He'll smack you in the mouth. All right. So we have 26 likes. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. We have a stretch goal tonight of 1,250 subscribers. Here we go. We're rocking and rolling. We are still in the first quarter. Washington with a not so commanding 3-point lead over the Giants. I said he's a dark horse player to watch out for. Yep, good call on that, CG, because Lenore's played excellently. It was and it still is a bummer to have lost Emmanuel Mosley. Mosley was playing so well, but Lenore has stepped up and played very well in his absence. I don't think he's given up a touchdown since he's come in. Washington about to kick it off. The ball fell off the T thing right there. So here we go. Joey Sly's got a big leg, so expect a lot of just touchbacks here. Kick is away. And yes, of course, it's going to be a touchback. There we go. Giants offense coming out for their second drive of the game. There's 2:51 left in the first quarter. Broncos radio announcers, kept talking about Brett Rippon. All I could think was my KC guy, quarterback 2. Let's ride Rippon. I forget his name is Brett. He had to prove it in the offseason, which he did, as I expected. Yeah, really good call. We have 25 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday Night Football. Daniel Jones in shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers up top. Snap is away, looking to throw it quickly to Barkley, hits him, and he's going to get about 8 yards on first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2. And when you play against a Washington Commanders defense, and the strength of their defense is their defensive line, getting key yards on first down limits what they can do with their line. You really just limit the ability for them to pressure the quarterback. So really key for them to start off quickly, especially on first down. It's actually a pickup of 9. Behind center is Jones. Barkley in the backfield. They hand it off to Barkley, and he is going to get the first down. And it's not easy to run up when you have Daron Payne, when you have Jonathan Allen, you have Montez Sweat. Like, these guys are no joke. So no Chase Young tonight. I thought he was playing, but no Chase Young, unfortunately. Grr, the Pirates, says Tommy Huxley. 31 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here. Lenore proved you wrong, Randy. He's been great. Great. All right. Daniel Jones behind center. Single back. Snap is away. Does hand it off to Barkley between the left guard and center. And Washington plays it really well. But Barkley, not afraid to fight for those yards, picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Going to be 2nd down at their own 40-yard line. Lenore, a great Ducks. Yeah, Diamador Lenore, really good player out of Oregon. SF winning in D.C. Sunday. It's actually going to be in Santa Clara, and it's going to be on Saturday. Just a heads up, Reginald. Don't want you to miss the game. How about Detroit? Crazy good for Detroit and Jacksonville. Unreal. So 2nd and 6 for the Giants in shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers up top. Barkley motions up top. That was maybe a false start on the right tackle, and that could be the rookie, Evan Neal, the rookie out of Alabama. CG says, congratulations on being monetized. I know that it's great, but I'll be back rebuilding what I reestablished. Yeah, everyone, let's give a huge shout out to CG Ruthless. If you haven't already, check out his channel, subscribe to his channel. He has a channel that's over 3K subscribers, but his other channel is trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so give him a shout. And there we go. Shout out to CG. He is one of the really good content creators for the 49ers. So 2nd and 11 after the false start, and maybe another false start. Daniel Jones, the play breaks down. He just has to tuck it and run. Picks up about maybe 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Unreal. Chrissy 1687 says play-by-play and color man both very impressive. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm not going to lie, once it gets to if I do 2 games in a day, at the end of the second game, my voice is kind of shot. But this is the one game we're doing today. 3rd and 6. Jones in shotgun. Now Richie James joins him in the backfield because he was lonely. Play clock winding down. I think they're just going to let this go down to the end of the quarter. And they will. So we're going to be coming back next in the second quarter. Pretty fast first quarter. Well, relatively, I guess. Relatively fast first quarter. Giants have the ball at their own 40 with a 3rd down coming up. Of course, yeah. CG is an Eagles fan, yes. And he's also a Warriors fan, too. So let's give a shout out to CG for that, because he likes the Golden State Warriors. Both QB want run, need be careful or get hurt. There we go. Shifty to go to play-by-play. You're the Chris Berman of 49ers YouTube. I don't know about that, but I really appreciate it, man. I'm never going to say no to a compliment. So thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Tommy says Richie James is a bum. You know, one thing which I'll always like about Richie James is that he had a kick return against the Seahawks. One of the few times earlier in the Shanahan era that we beat Seattle. So that was beyond that, though. Richie James is for a 7th round pick. He's pretty solid. Tommy, a Cowboys fan. Yeah, that's true. We all know that. We all know that Tommy is a Cowboys fan, and I think Tommy is a Sacramento Kings fan too. I would also be good at the old-timey radio shows. Possibly. All right, we're only a few likes away from the Talanoa Hufanga likes. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Stretch goal for tonight is 1,250 subscribers. Congratulations to the 49er area NFC West Division champions. Yes, the 49ers are the 2022 NFC West champions, I should say. And we still have a chance here to the 49ers could potentially get the number 2 seed. As of right now, the 49ers are locked in to the number 3 seed. Tampa Bay losing to Cincinnati and the both South division, like the AFC and the NFC South. Man, I think they should have their playoff privileges revoked because they're just awful. Both of those divisions are dreadful. The leader in the AFC South are the Titans, 7-7 with a negative 38 point differential. In the NFC South, no team has a winning record. Tampa Bay's 2 games under 500, and they lead the division. Unbelievable, awful. Look at the hat. Look at the hat. Vikings can lose at least 1 or 2 games. I think so. And it's going to come down, and there's a lot of, I think week 18 is going to be very interesting, to see how it all shakes out and who's going to play who then, because we still have a number of games left in the season to determine who will be up against who. 3rd and 6 here for the Giants. Jones is in shotgun. Barkley to his left. 3 receivers down low. Tight end up top. Commanders showing pressure. They back out of it. Daniel Jones is going to get his arms wrapped around him by Montez Sweat. Gets rid of it to Isaiah Hodgins. Doesn't pick up the first down, though. That looked like, I think it was maybe Montez Sweat who got some pressure on Daniel Jones. Threw a quick little out route to Isaiah Hodgins. And Evan Neal kind of got worked a little bit by Montez Sweat. So we'll see. 4th and 2 here for the New York Giants, and they're going to be punting it away to the Washington Commanders. So they're going to be punting it from their own 44-yard line. And here we go. The punt is away. Who is back there to receive it? They take it and fair catch at their own 18-yard line. So the Commanders are going to get the ball on their own 18-yard line, and this is going to be real interesting moving forward. We have John J. in the house, 49ers Ultimate Report. How are you doing, good sir? I want to say, man, excellent job on your stream earlier today. I don't think I could do the NFL Red Zone. You did a great job at it. Love the energy, love the enthusiasm. And as usual, guys, if you haven't already, hit up and subscribe to 49er Ultimate Report. He is a LA Chargers fan. despite having the 49ers in his name. No, I'm just kidding. You know I'm kidding. But yeah, hit up John Jay's channel, drop him a subscription, as well as CG. So time of possession has been absolutely dominated by the Commanders. 11 minutes to 4. Now they have the ball. Taylor Heineke going to come out behind center, single back. Snap is away, hands it off up the middle to Antonio Gibson's going to get about 2 yards on the play. Giants read that pretty well. Leonard Williams there, big Leonard Williams there on to help bring him down. John Jay loves the USC Trojans, yeah. So snap is away. They're going, hurry up here. They hand it to Gibson, who's got first down yardage and brought down by Julian Love, but there is a flag on the play, so let's just hold it one moment. Yeah, oh yeah, we already talked about CG being an Eagles fan. It's holding on the offense, so bring it back, Washington. And that's going to be on Lucas. Is that Chase Lucas, I think, the against Washington. So instead of Cornelius Lucas, the left tackle, and he was holding Azeez Ojulari. All Commanders do is run running back. Yeah, 2nd and 18. So what could have been a first down, now 2nd and 18, and they're backed up at their own 10. So this is an opportunity for the Giants to flip field position here. Heineke's in shotgun by himself. Snap is away. Looking to throw. He's going to get sacked by Kayvon Thibodeaux. Ball comes out. Touchdown, New York Giants. And Kayvon Thibodeaux is having a great game for the Giants. And what a play by the rookie, the Oregon Duck rookie. Sacks Taylor Heineke, forces the fumble, picks up the fumble, takes it into the end zone, and wow, this game has been flipped on its head already. Holy moly. Touchdown Giants. Man, he has been everywhere. We're only, 16, 17 minutes into this game, and Kayvon Thibodeaux, to me, is the best player on the field. And so far, I don't think it's that close. Here comes the extra point. Kick is up, and it's going to be good. So it's going to be 7-3. Giants over the Commanders, and the Commanders will then get the ball right back. So there we go. But Kayvon Thibodeaux is the best player in the field as far as I can see in tonight's game, so far at least. A lot of good players in this, but Thibodeaux's been just balling. Let's see how we are doing on the likes. We're at 27 likes. Let's go. Don't worry, the Giants will choke. Probably. John Jay, you should do red zone often. Yeah, I think he should, man. I think it was. It's not an easy thing to do, but I thought he did a great job juggling all the different things happening. It's, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. Or if I did do it, I wouldn't be able to do it nearly as well. So. And there was a lot of crazy games this morning. A lot of crazy games throughout the day, really. I mean, the Raiders winning in just absolutely funky fashion with the Patriots. Don't know what the frick they were thinking, Jacoby Myers basically throws it into the hand of Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones stiff arms Mac Jones. Touchdown, Raiders win the game. We look at the Detroit Lions beating the Jets in New York. We look at Houston going to overtime with Kansas City, for crying out loud. And, of course, Jacksonville getting a huge win in overtime over the Dallas Cowboys. And just crazy. We're at 28 likes. Thank you very much. MG Energy. MG. Here we go, MG. Giants with the huge play. Yeah, shout out to the Jags for beating the Cowboys. Anytime the Cowboys lose, it's a good day to be a 49er fan. I think all us Niner fans can agree on that. MG, who do you root for again? Because I remember on, who do you root for again, MG? It's not Washington, is it? Or Seattle? Seattle, is it? Is it Seattle? Yeah, Texans almost beating the Chiefs. Freaking Davis Mills in overtime, fumbling the ball. Like just a quarterback running with the ball just out for anyone to knock it out. And sure enough, it happened. I tell you guys, if you want entertainment, go and check out and see the exciting ways that the Houston Texans lose football games. Now that's entertainment right there. James Konovich says, "Viva Commanders." Yeah, man, Viva Commanders. Well, they got to find a way to slow down this guy on the screen here. They got to slow down Kayvon Thibodeau because in the first 17 minutes of this game, he's been dominating the Commanders. The Giants do kick it back off to Washington. It's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line, taken up by Gibson up to the 25, up to the 30, up to the 32. Decent starting field position for the Commanders. Yep, there we go. CG, he likes all those teams. I know CG's like biggest nemesis is he hates the Lakers, he hates Oklahoma, hates Baker Mayfield. So there we. I'm just kidding, CG. We always all do this because we're all good with each other. Now Cowboys defense get weak. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Washington in shotgun, back to his left. Dotson in motion in the backfield as Brian Robinson. Snap is away. They do hand it off, and a big hole up the middle for Robinson. Gets up to the 45, 46-yard line and just churning out the yards at the end. Impressive stuff right there. Lincoln Riley. I mean, I think we can all agree that Lincoln Riley made a great decision leaving Oklahoma for USC. I'm just playing around. All right, we've been giving CG a hard time. Come on back, CG. There you go. So snap is away. They hand it off to Robinson and a really good tackle there by Collins. Is that Landon Collins? Is he back with the Giants now, maybe? I thought, though, I'm not sure who that was. Number 21, Collins. James Konovich says, 49ers, Bills. Is that your prediction for the Super Bowl? Because that would be pretty freaking awesome. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I think that was Landon Collins, who's actually spent his entire career with either the Giants or the Commanders. 2nd and 10 for Washington at their own 45. Hand it off up the middle to Robinson. He's got some room on the edge. He's going to get the first down. Actually ends up fumbling the ball at the end of the play, but it goes harmlessly out of bounds. But it is a first down, Washington. LeBum James. We have 28 people in here. We're at 28 likes, 1 like away from Hufanga likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the stream here, stretch goal of 1250 subscribers. 1st and 10, Washington in Giants territory at the Giants 44. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Heineke looking, throwing deep. He's got a man, and he stumbles over his own feet, looking for a flag, but not going to get one. I think the contact was somewhat incidental. And who was he looking for? Brown. I'm not even sure who that is. Is it Diami Brown, I think, maybe? Yeah, that's not pass interference for sure. That was a push. You can see just how difficult it is to determine pass interference because even in the chat here, should be a flag, no pass interference. That was a push. I was told on my Red Zone stream, Shifty's a KC fan. Oh, yeah. I loved it when they beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Just kidding. I hate Kansas City. I freaking hate them. You can't spell Dallas without 2 L's. Damian Lee, truer words have never been spoken. I look forward to going to work and seeing all my Cowboys coworker fans. Hell yeah, man. Give them hell. So on the 2nd down handoff, Gibson gets about 4 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 at the Giants' 40-yard line. Heineke coming out in shotgun, kind of going hurry up here. Empty backfield, 3 receivers up top, 2 down low. 3rd and 6, there's 10.5 minutes left in the half. Snap is away. And he's looking. He's got time throwing it deep, and it's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel can't reel it in. Samuel looking for a flag, thinking that he got hit before the ball got there, but I don't know if that's true. That offensive line looks solid. Hopefully the Niners defense can stop these kind of runs, says Nelson. Yeah, good point. That's a really, really good point. But I mean, I think that the Niners, and here's the thing, here's going to be a key thing, and we'll have to keep an eye on it, because the Niners have opened the practice window for one Javon Kinlaw. It's 4th and 6. Washington is going to punt it, trying to pin the Giants back, and that's a really good punt. Did he keep it in? I think he did. It's going to be inside the 5-yard line, around the 3-yard line. So that's a really good punt. The ball kind of took some funky bounces, but it's actually going to be at the 2-yard line. What a really nice punt there for the Washington Commanders. But yeah, Javon Kinlaw could potentially, his practice window has been opened. So you have the number 1 run defense, and you potentially get someone who could be our best run stuffer. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, Kinlaw, we can't. They're saying that is it a touchback now? I don't know. Look, I'm not holding my breath on Javon Kinlaw. I'm not saying that he's going to come back. He's going to be healthy. He's going to play every freaking snap. But if we can get Kinlaw back, if he can play 20 snaps a game, a lot of those first downs and second down situations, then I'll take it. Because he is a good player. He just can't stay healthy. And that's obviously a significant issue. We're at 30 likes, by the way. Hell yeah. We're at 30 likes. There we go. There we freaking go. Thank you so much for hitting one of our stretch goals, up to 30 likes. Now I want someone to drop in. What's the next like stretch goal? Because we hit 30. I'm thinking we try and go for one of my favorite players. And let's try and go for Merton Hanks likes. 36 likes, Merton Hanks. Famous for doing the chicken dance whenever he'd run it in. He did that against the Cowboys, actually. A great game. The Niners destroyed the Cowboys in Dallas. Fumble return, Merton Hanks doing the chicken dance into the end zone. Yeah, I think, Kinlaw, I mean, we all know he's very injury prone, which is not great. But if we can get Kinlaw back, if we can get him, get him a couple of games here in the regular season, and if we can even have him for just, 20 snaps a game into the playoffs, I would take that, because he is someone who essentially demands 2 blockers. So Merton Hanks. Kinlaw will be fine for the rest of the season. Book it. I mean, I hope so. I certainly hope so, because we could absolutely use a run stuffer like himself. Kinlaw is a beast, but just got to stay healthy. Stay freaking healthy, Javon. Prove who wrong. You got to prove who wrong. We all know who I'm talking about. Kinlaw had some beef in the offseason. Where's the beef? So we have Arturo. Is Purdy Niners' future quarterback? I think he's going to be with the Niners for the future, but I don't think he's going to be the start. The only way that I think you could realistically have Brock Purdy really have a serious quarterback battle would be something to the effect of like if we went to the Super Bowl, if we won the Super Bowl. But otherwise, it's Trey Lance's team. Make no mistake about it. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 3-yard line. 10 minutes left in the half. Jones behind center, going to hand it to Barkley. Try and get some yards, a little breathing room. And they pick up about 3 yards on 1st down. Nice run there from Saquon Barkley. We need a nose tackle in the draft, says Damian Lee. That's a really good point. Just remember that we did draft, not saying that he's the answer to all of our problems, but we did draft Kalia Davis in the draft last year. We knew that he was going to be injured. He was going to miss his rookie year. But as someone who maybe the Niners can develop, we do have a really good ability at developing D linemen. 2nd and 8 for the Giants. Jones behind center, Barkley in the backfield. Snap is away, going to fake the handoff, roll out to his left, dumps it off to the tight end. Really good play call, and they're going to get all the way up to the 20-yard line. Really nice little play call right there, and that is Nick Vannett, I think the former Seahawk. Yeah, keep an eye out for Kalia Davis and when it comes to next year's like mini camp and training camp, because he's someone that I think could really be could be a player for us. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 20. Jones looking, got time, dumps it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to try and make a man miss. Doesn't, but is able to drag the defender for about 3 yards. So you pick up those positive yards on 1st down. You try and limit the aggressiveness that the Washington D-line can play with. Of course, yeah, John Jay, my pleasure, man. Happy to help out and support the channel in any way. We should bring in Sheldon Day or Sheldon. We should bring in one of the Sheldons. So 2nd and 6 Giants, pick up a 4 in shotgun, back to his left, snap is away, looking to throw, going to dump it off to Barkley, read well by the Washington defense, but wow, he just made a guy sit down. I think that was Jamin Davis, and Barkley does a little shake and bake, and then the Washington defender just like sits down. He made him look silly. That was awesome by Saquon Barkley. Wow, broke his ankles big time. Thanks, Randy. Javon Kindle, I believe they're getting him up to date in shape for the playoffs. Yeah, they'll probably try and bring him up to speed. Should play against the Raiders, so we limit Jacobs. Totally agree with that. Starting tackle's also out for the season, I heard. Is that for who? For the Cowboys, maybe. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 30. Hand it off to Barkley, who's going to get swallowed up. Loses 5 yards, and that's big. Jonathan Allen, former 1st-round pick out of Alabama. And that's going to bring up 2nd and long. Big John Allen beating Feliciano. Beaten Feliciano right off the snap and just destroyed that play from the get-go. 2nd and 15, less than 7.5 minutes left in the half. Jones in shotgun, empty backfield, probably do a quick throw here. Snap is away, look in, going to throw it over the middle, going to be caught, and that's by Richie James Jr., the former 49er, and they actually also have another former 49er on offense, and that is Matt Breida. They also have Matt Breida. Jose Feliciano coming out with his guitar, helping out the New York Giants, or maybe not helping them out. So Daniel Jones is going to be in shotgun on this 3rd and 9. You know Washington. Don't be surprised if Washington sends a little pressure, try and rattle Daniel Jones in shotgun. Matt Breida to his right. 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. Snap is away. They do bring pressure. He's going to be under pressure. Gets rid of it, and it's going to be caught. Richie James Jr. for a 1st down. And wow, Montez Sweat almost got in there. I think he laid a hit on Daniel Jones, but that's a really big pickup for the Giants. They did bring, it was a slot blitz there, and he kind of took a minute to get there, but Daniel Jones takes a lick. Next goal, 49 likes. We're at 31 likes as far as I can see. 30 likes. My apologies. 30 likes. Come on, baby, light my fire. All right, 1st and 10 Giants at their own 41. In shotgun, hands it off to Matt Breida. We know Matt Breida, he can run fast, and he's fighting for tough yards here. Ends up picking up about 5 and actually gets about 7 yards. Holy moly, Matt Breida dragging a guy like Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne with him. Holy shoot. That is wild. We're at 32 likes. So we're at Tyrion Davis Price likes. We're at Kevin Barlow likes. We're at Michael Lewis likes. We're at Ricky Waters likes. There's been a whole bunch of, 32. It's a cool running back number. 2nd and 5 for the Giants now after the pickup of 5 for Breida. In shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers up top. Snap is away. Looking. Time's running out. Throws it, and it's going to be caught there by Hodgins. I don't know if he was touched down, though. The play's running on. And did they, either way, it's going to be a first down Giants, but not sure if he was touched down because he caught it, fell to the ground. Did Washington, and the Giants are going to run a hurry up here. I think he was touched down by contact. There was a commander defender kind of reaches out to try and, yes, he did. So yeah, Giants are going to try and run a hurry up here. Washington, you got to challenge the play, and they are going to challenge it because that's about a difference of about maybe, or they're saying he was down by contact. Never mind. Kendall Hunter, yeah. Kendall Hunter, he had a couple of good years for the 49ers and then just fell off the planet. I really want to see what they do well, Turbo. If they suck tonight, we won't learn much. So they said he was down by contact. So Giants have a first down at the Washington 47. Jones in shotgun, looking to throw. Under pressure, throws it over the middle. Going to be caught again by Hodgins. And this guy, Hodgins, I can't remember what team he was with before, but he gets cut. Been on some practice squads, but really good job here by Hodgins, making a name for himself in New York. Of course, New York, Kenny Golladay, we don't know what the hell happened. He just fell off the face of the earth. They traded away their former first-round pick. That was Kadarius Toney. So other guys stepping up, making things happen. 2nd and 3 Giants at the Washington 40. There's less than 4 minutes to go in the half. They do hand it off to Barkley. Off left tackle, going to get the first down. Just gets the first down. And to me, Saquon still just hasn't looked the same after those injuries. We need 49 Van Ness and Mission likes. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, the 49 bus goes right through a key part of San Francisco. The Mission and then up Van Ness. Christian says, sorry I'm so late, celebrating the Argentina and Messi win. Yeah, congrats to Lionel Messi. He's one of the best players, soccer players of all time. First down Giants. Daniel Jones looking to throw. Got all time back there. Going to miscommunication there. Looking, I think, for the tight end, number 82. Dumps it off. Kind of a dangerous pass. But and he had a lot of time back there. So the Giants D-line suddenly holding up. And there's Kenny Golladay, who's done basically nothing since joining the Giants. Who plays tomorrow, Monday Night Football? Asked Turbo. That's going to be the Green Bay Packers and the LA Rams. Interesting quarterback matchup. Rodgers against Baker Mayfield. 2nd and 10 Giants in shotgun. Breida to his right at the Washington 36-yard line. Got a receiver up top, 2 down low. The butt counts. That's a false start on the right tackle again. And this is the second false start on the rookie first-round pick, Evan Neal. Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau, 2 of those top 10 draft picks for the New York Giants. Congratulations, Messi. I was happy for him to finally win a World Cup. Now he could retire. And there we go. Yeah. The Green Bay Packers have a chance to just end the Rams season, and that would be pretty sweet. This is Evan Neal's 10th start. He was the 7th overall pick in the draft. Daniel Jones at 2nd and 15 now. In shotgun, empty backfield. Snap is away. Washington just brings 4. He's got time looking. Gets it to Breida. And Breida's going to get about 6 yards of those back. So at least it's 3rd and relatively manageable. It is 3rd and 9, though. No way Baker Mayfield is going to win against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I think it's incredibly unlikely, but after seeing the Houston Texans almost beat the Chiefs, after seeing the Jaguars beat the Cowboys, and we've seen it week in and week out in the NFL, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Watson can have multiple touchdowns against Rams. Yeah, Christian Watson, the really good rookie, North Dakota State. 3rd and 9. Daniel Jones looking. He's got time. He's rolling to his left, though. He's going to have to throw it if he wants the first. Lobs it and throws it away. Really nice defense there by the Commanders. Really nice defense. It's 4th and 9, and this would be a 53-yard attempt. Earlier in the game, Washington declined to kick the field goal from this exact same distance. So we'll see if the Giants have a little more faith in their kicker. Kenny M says, I'll be rooting for the Packers tomorrow. All right, there we go, man. Watson is a stud, like I said he would be. Yeah, it took Christian Watson, like a number of games to get going, like the first 5 or 6 weeks. A little bit slow to get going, but I think for rookies, that's perfectly normal. I think, not every rookie comes out immediately and like sets the world on fire, but Watson has been on a tear lately. So Christian Watson, he has the size, he has all the measurables, and it's really showing that he's just a damn good football player too. Former teammate of Trey Lance at North Dakota State. As long as Jordan Love doesn't play, I'd pick the pack. Picking the pack. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers who plays tomorrow because the Packers, I believe, still have an outside shot at the playoffs, albeit very, very unlikely. I still think that they have I think mathematically they still have a chance to make the playoffs. So, yeah, you're right about that. Anything could happen. Look at what he did to my Raiders on defense. And you saw the Raiders. I mean, how the Raiders won that game is beyond me against the Patriots. I mean, today, crazy game for the Raiders. Chandler Jones, just, I don't even know, but they're calling that the Sin City Miracle. Kind of a take on back in the day, the Titans and Bills. There was the Music City Miracle, the Sin City Miracle. Yeah, Packers' first play of the year was a deep pass to Christian Watson, and he dropped it. He was wide open, but credit to him, Christian Watson has rebounded. Now, the Giants are going for it, so clearly conditions do not favor long field goals. It's 4th and 9. Daniel Jones in shotgun. Snap is away, so they're definitely going for it. No turning back now, throwing it deep. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be Richie James Jr. for the first down Giants. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And Richie James Jr. has been awesome on this drive. Holy moly. Shout out Richie James from Middle Tennessee State, former 49er. Hey, Tommy, I think he heard what you said about him, and he's like, oh, I'm going to ball out tonight. Check out the plan for the Packers getting into the playoffs. Everybody has to lose, and they need yeah, I mean, the odds are slim to none. But you never know. We have 33 likes, by the way, so thank you, everyone, for all the likes. Marching on our way to Merton Hanks likes, looking for 36 likes. 2-minute warning. I'm going to grab me another beer. Hoo-wee. All right. So the Giants, with a risky play call here, going for it on 4th and 9, but they pick it up. Richie James has been massive moving the chains on this drive. And the Giants looking to extend their lead into the half. Who do the 49ers play this coming week? It's going to be the Commanders on Saturday, Christmas Eve. Can you believe it's Christmas Eve already? Holy moly. And then, so the Giants also get the ball to start the second half. So the Giants... No, honestly, John Jay, it's cooler that you don't drink. I think it's... There we go. Nice, you drinking a beer and streaming. That's cool. Cheers, bro. Cheers. Gotta just finish this one. And we're busting out another beer. Another beer. Do you drink malt liquor? I used to drink like some of those 40s back in the day. I used to drink things like Mickey's and Old English and that kind of stuff, but not as much anymore. If the Giants win, there we go. Randy, you smoked the devil's lettuce? Yeah, I don't do any of that myself. I'm I like my beer and I like some whiskey. So it's going to be 1st and 10 in empty backfield. And Jones throwing over the middle, caught! And that's going to be Kenny Golladay finally making his presence felt. And actually, excuse me, it's not Kenny Golladay. It's Isaiah Hodgins. But it's going to be 1st and goal, Giants down to the 5. Randy says no caffeine, no nicotine. Yeah, I don't do nicotine. I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. Not that I'm against it. I just don't do it. Moonshine. Drink moonshine. Holy moly. I'll drink some whiskey. If it's really good gin, I'll drink some gin. But whiskey and then really good gin and then beer. John J. Yeah, straight edge, man. There you go. Straight edge, just like CM Punk. CM Punk. This is the 17th play of the drive. And this game, because of these long drives, the game has gone by really quickly. Like, we're almost at halftime here. 1:51. And I think the Commanders took a timeout, which would be wise. Yeah, it would be wise to take a timeout because you want to get the ball back if the Giants score, because the Giants now get the ball to start the second half. They should at least tack on 3, but it's 1st and goal from the 5. Jones in shotgun. Barkley's there too. Man in motion is going to be man coverage. Snap is away. Hands it. Keeps it himself. Thought he handed it to Barkley. Going to go up for 2 yards. And I think if you're Washington, you call a timeout. A 1:44 left. 2nd and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. London gin is, yeah. A buddy of mine brought back some gin from the East Coast, and it was delicious. Pizza or burgers? Oof, man. That's a tough question. Pizza or burgers? It depends on my mood. It really depends on my mood. I mean, if I had to eat one like every day, I'd probably go pizza, because with pizza you can do so many different things with it, but I like them both fairly equally. Miller High Life, man, those Miller High Life 40s, even like 10 years ago, they used to be like $2 or something at the liquor store. So for like $6, you get just ruined. What kind of whiskey, asks Kenny M. That's a good one. I mean, for me, because I'm Irish, I tend to lean towards Irish whiskeys. I mean, I'll drink Jameson happily. There's a couple of other ones that I have. I had it over there. Glenloch is a good one. I like Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew is a good one. Tullamore Dew is typically the one that they use in the Irish coffees at the Buena Vista Cafe. I drink those. I can't drink light beer much unless it's... There we go, CG. This one's for you, bud. I can drink some of the IPAs, but it just doesn't taste like IPAs. I can have a couple. I mean, I love me a good Guinness, but only the Guinness in Ireland. The Guinness over here, I'm going to sound like a snob, but the Guinness over here just doesn't taste as good. New York style pizza all damn day. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I love me some pizza, but between the two, pizza or burgers, it's close. Pizza is a lot more versatile, but when I'm looking for a burger, man, a burger hits the spot. Like wine, Randy, there we go. La crema. La crema. We are at 33 likes. Roger Craig likes. Loving all the support so far from the stream. There are a ton of people streaming this game, so I just want to say a huge shout out to all of you for tuning into the channel here, hanging out, having some real fun discussions, and we're coming up on halftime. So yeah, this game has gone by pretty darn quickly. There we go, Sunday Night Football, and you got Green Bay and the Rams tomorrow night. Yikes. It has to be 32 ounce in Modelo or else I'm drinking 6 cans, yep. Bourbon or Irish whiskey, there you go. I mean, some Scotch is pretty good too. Like, there's some good Scottish whiskey. At the risk of sounding like a little kid, beer tastes like piss to me. I like rum and whiskey. Hey, rum. I can do a rum and Coke. So it's actually going to be, Barkley takes the direct snap, and it's going to be touchdown Giants. Barkley took the direct snap, and it's a touch and runs right up the middle. There we go. And we have MVP Lewis 52 with the subscription. Thank you very much, good sir. Appreciate that. Subscribing to the channel. Yeah, rum and coke is tasty. Appreciate you, MVP Lewis 52. I'm guessing that's with regards to Ray Lewis, who I'm not a huge fan of, let's be honest. And the extra point is up, and it's going to be good for the Giants. So the Giants take a 14-3 lead. Take a 14-3 lead over the Commanders. The Commanders do have about 1:40 left. I think they have one timeout, so they really need to put some points on the board here before halftime. Even if it's a field goal, you keep it a one-possession game, and especially in these division games, you got to keep it close. Tennessee whiskey for Tommy. There we go. I like Pizza Hut. That's where I work at. My favorite pizza, then Domino's. Domino's, you can get some really good deals, but yeah, the pizza is not great. The pizza is not great. Is Miller High Life a cheap beer? Yes, it would be considered a cheap beer. But then, I mean, I'm definitely not, winner of this game might be Niners' first playoff game. That's a really good point, Christian. That's very accurate. I mean, there's still games to happen, plenty of games. There's still 3 more games for every team after this week. So, but there's a very good chance that the Niners could face either one of these teams in the first round of the playoffs. Nelson says, praise God, I've been sober of crystal meth for over 10 years, drinking 8, marijuana 8. Good stuff, man. That's good for you, man. I don't know all the ins and outs of all of that, but from what I hear, it's one of the most difficult things you can do. So let's give a big shout out to Nelson Nava, overcoming that, living a good life and doing his thing. Love to hear it. I mean, I would say Miller High Life. It depends on how picky you are. Like, there are definitely people who are really, really like snobs about it. Like, I can drink Rolling Rock, PBR, all that stuff. But yeah, is there also some smaller like brewery stuff that I like too? Of course. So I'm definitely not picky when it comes to beer. I know some people who are, where they're like, "This is what you brought. I'm not picking. I'm not drinking that." So yeah, good shout out there to Nelson. Good stuff. The champagne of beers. I mean, that's what they call it. It's got to be good. Man, I can't believe that some of the games today just ending in the craziest fashion. Some of them ended I was really happy with, like the Jaguars beating the Cowboys. And then just some crazy ones where the Chiefs coming up with the win over Houston in overtime. Houston, shout out Houston for making that a game. So the kick is away. Washington's going to field it about a yard deep in their own end zone. Gibson takes it out. Might be a bad decision here. Only gets up to the 21-yard line. 1:37 left. They do have a timeout. So yes, do they want to go hurry up? Sure. But you don't have to air it out right away. The blocking has been inconsistent for the Commanders, but Kayvon Thibodeau is absolutely the player of the game for me. He's just been ruining the Commanders' offense. Oregon has their craft beers, yeah. Or I think everywhere at this point. The Bay Area. 1st and 10, Washington. Heineke's in shotgun from his own 21. Back to his left. 3 receivers up top. Snap away. Got time. Running out, though. Going to dump it off looking for Gibson. But he was having to throw it off his back foot. Even if Gibson, it's actually probably better that Gibson didn't catch it. Because if he did, he had Landon Collins ready to lay a hit. And that would have just kept the clock rolling. Miller High Life is a little bit better than cheap beers. I guess a little bit better, yeah. Rolling Rock. I mean, I'll drink it. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would drink it. 2nd and 10 for the Commanders. Heineke shotgun back to his left. I'm keeping an eye on Kayvon. Kayvon, good protection there. They get it to scary Terry McLaurin, who's been really quiet tonight. I think are they going to mark him short? They do mark him just shy of the first down, I think. Wow, I think it's 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and inches. Are they saying, no, they're going to give him the first down. Heineke looking, throws it over the middle. Going to be caught by Curtis Samuel. Almost intercepted by Darnay Holmes. But Curtis Samuel picks up maybe 5 on the play, but takes a shot there from the Giants DB. Wow, that's a big shot. Whew. Backbreaker. Craft beer, for whatever reason, is nasty. Tastes like crap. Malt liquor. So 2nd and 7 for the Commanders at their own 34. Heineke going to dump it over the middle to Gibson. Only gets 2 yards. And the clock is winding. You have 30 seconds, 34 seconds, and I think they're taking a timeout here. Because now when you're in this 3rd and 5, maybe, if you don't pick it up, you don't want to give too much time for the Giants to maybe do something. But yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau's just been a game wrecker today. You know, someone who didn't have the biggest numbers in Oregon, but I think it's kind of just tells you that, like, numbers aren't always just the determining factor on how good a player is. I mean, you have some players who have like 13 sacks, and Thibodeau didn't put up those huge numbers at Oregon necessarily, but showing that he is a great player. Huge player so far in his rookie year for the New York Giants. 3rd and 5 right now for the Washington Commanders. There's 34 seconds left. They're at their own 36. No more timeouts. Heineke and shotgun, empty backfield. 3 receivers down low. Snap is away. Looking, running out of time, having to go out, roll out to his right. Looking downfield, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 5, but that long play took a while to develop. And that took 9 seconds off the play clock. So it's going to be 4th and 5. Commanders are going to have to punt the ball away. The Washington offensive line not looking great in pass protection. Nick Bosa, I'm sure, is looking at this being like, okay, I see what we're doing. So here comes the punt for the Commanders. It's away by the punter's call way. Richie James takes it up to the 25-yard line. So there's 16 seconds left in the half. You have to think that New York is probably just going to take it to halftime. They get the ball to start the second half, up by 11 points. And right now, things looking pretty comfortable for the New York Giants. Washington really can't get any rhythm going on offense, and I think they've kind of got away from the run game a little bit. Washington not showing too much fight. Yeah, Firestone beers are underrated. Beers like Firestone. I think that's... Where is that out of again? I'm not sure where that brewery is at. Is it like Sacramento or Southern California, I think. All right. 16 seconds left. It's 14-3. And the Giants are going to come down and take a knee. So we're going to be at a halftime here, everybody. And the Giants do get the ball to start the second half. 14-3 over the Washington Commanders. We have Lazard Productions. How are you doing, buddy? Good to have you here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. 27 people in here. Thanks for hanging out on this Sunday night. Man, Washington are going to have to start getting something going here. You feel like Washington, they really need some kind of a splash play, like a turnover. They need a big-time sack or just something like that to, a huge offensive play because they don't have any momentum. The crowd's not in the game, and it takes away all those advantages of being the home team. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But the Giants, as of now, and look, we've seen games be absolutely a tale of two halves. We saw yesterday the Minnesota Vikings in the second half, obviously coming back, having the biggest comeback in NFL history. So you never know what can happen. When you see adjustments get made at halftime, who can make the better adjustments? For the Giants, you're probably kind of thinking, hey, we just keep doing what we're doing. So, there we go. But yeah, I think this should be a pretty exciting second half, because now once the time starts winding down, especially if the Giants get a field goal, you're talking 2-touchdown game. There's a lot on the line here, because both of these teams have the exact same record, and they tied 2 weeks ago. So this is not only, it's going to be, of course, you move up over your division opponent, but also for tiebreakers, for seeding purposes, this is a big game for both. 805 from Firestone Beers are good, especially the white can, or labeled as lime flavor to it. Yeah, lime always goes really well with beer, I think. When you have, I know like a lot of like even like Modelo's, Tecate, Pacifico, but a lot of beers just in general, with a little bit of lime, it actually makes the taste way better. Want to get to 36 likes, want to get to Merton Hanks likes, and then for the whole game, the stretch goal will be 49 for obvious reasons. For the 40 frickin' Niners. Let's go. Kenny M says, our bear hunting tradition is the one who takes the first beer has to down, takes the first bear has to down a 25-ounce hurricane high gravity 8.1%. 8.1% is no freaking joke. That's about twice the strength of this Modelo here. Yeah, Modelo and a lot of these kind of beers are usually in like the 4 to 4.5. Maybe they could reach the 5% mark, but 8.1 is, that's no joke right there. Orange slice and a blue moon. Yeah, absolutely, Randy. That's a good call. When you get an orange slice in a blue moon, just that citrus flavor. I mean, and I think blue moons are, no, it's Shock Top. That's the one that's always comes with the orange slice as well. But with blue moons too, the orange slice is really good. Just the flavor is so nice. Seahawks suck. I couldn't agree more with you. That's the username of the night. Seahawks are trash. Let's go. Let's go. Seahawks suck. Pete Carroll, their whole season's coming apart here. Thoughts on the Lions? Man, the Lions, I think they were 1-6, and the Lions are now 7-7. They are firmly in the playoff race. And here's the thing with the Lions, what I think they've been able to do is that the Lions offense was, and it still is, I think, ranked in the top 10 in the NFL. It was their defense. Their defense was essentially historically bad, but they're playing better football now. So the Lions have a shot, to get into the playoffs. And honestly, if the Lions do, they might be a team that people won't want to face because their offense, little bits. I mean, they've been able to put up points. We'll put it that way. So. And they're playing with a lot of momentum. Now they're going through all the highlights of the earlier games, and they're showing this Patriots-Raiders thing again, and I just have no clue what on earth the Patriots were thinking here. No clue. Seahawks gonna miss the playoffs. I mean, that could very well happen. Now, who do Seattle play down the stretch? We are up to 1237 subscribers. Thank you so very much to the latest subscriber. Appreciate that. Let's see. And we are at 34 likes. So the Seattle Seahawks, they are going to be playing. They play at Kansas City. Seattle plays at Kansas City. That's a loss. They play at home versus the Jets, which, if Mike White is quarterback for the Jets in that one, that's pretty tough. And then they finish the season division game against the Rams. Call it Clown Cowherd. I agree with that. I want Brock to date Liv. He's so... I know Colin Cowherd, not the biggest fan of Trey Lance ever since Trey Lance and his daughter were no longer an item. Interesting how that changes things. A lot of historically bad teams are doing well this year, it seems. I mean, in some ways they are. And we're up to 1238 subscribers. Let's keep this momentum rocking and rolling, folks. Stretch goal for subscribers is 1250. We're 12 away. We're John Brody away from hitting the stretch goal for subscribers. Who do we want to see in the first round? That's a really good question from Christian. Who do we want to see? I don't know. I mean, honestly, this is one of those like football cliches, but I think I would just take whoever. Like whoever wants to, whether it's the Lions, the Seahawks, the Giants, Commanders. Who else is in the race? Let's see. NFL standings, playoff, NFC. Yeah, it's really going to come down to those 4 teams. Any one of them, really. Any one of them. Subbed, your goat. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Lazard. Appreciate that so much. Really helps out the channel. So always appreciate any and all support. Thank you very, very much. Clown Cowherd, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, hey, he's a good-looking dude. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. But, yeah, those are the 4 teams that it's going to come down to. Shifty, you're the stream master, but Don Burr is the GOAT today because the Lions won. Because the Lions won. Good stuff. Yeah, there we go. Lions get the big win against the Jets. And we are up to 1239 subscribers. Now we're only Brandon Ayuk subscribers away from the stretch goal. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, none of them are scary. None of them are that scary. I'm trying to think which team. You know what's kind of weird is that of all of those teams, I think the most scary team might be the Lions just because they're playing so well right now. I think we can handle most of the other teams, and I think we could handle the Lions. I'm not saying that the Lions would, I think that it's not like they're the Lions. They're 7-7, but they're 6-1 in their last 7 games. So you know what we always say, the teams who get hot at the right time. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's it's an interesting question. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the benefit when you look at those teams is that none of those teams has an elite quarterback. You look at Jared Goff, Taylor Heineke, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith. In the playoffs, it's the teams that have like the elite quarterback are the ones that they scare me the most. Not the Seahawks just hate Pete Carroll, but it would be pretty sweet to knock Pete Carroll out of the playoffs. See, that's the other thing too. It'd be great to beat the Seahawks in the playoffs. So, but that's the one benefit that the 49ers have is the fact that none of these teams here have an elite quarterback. And really, when you look at the NFC, that's the big thing, Like you look at, Jalen Hurts playing very well. Is he at that level where you're saying he's elite? I don't know. You look at the Cowboys, Dak Prescott. He played okay today, but not amazing. In the NFC South, you have Brady, but they are struggling to say the least. And so there's a lot of I'm not saying Brock Purdy's elite by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying Brock Purdy's elite, but the Niners have far and away the best defense in the NFL. Look at the Niners' skill positions. Debo will be healthy for the playoffs. Kittle, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Juszczyk, Elijah Mitchell could be back. Like, we have elite weapons, and we have an elite play caller, and an offensive line that's playing better. So, not saying Purdy's elite by any stretch, but the NFC is very kind of weak right now when it comes to the quarterback position. So, and none of those teams have an elite defense either. I mean, the team with the best defense is it's the Cowboys or the Commanders. Both of their defenses, in terms of statistically speaking, are very good. Now, the Cowboys I mean, 40 points they gave up to Jacksonville. Granted, the last 6 were because of the pick six, so that's obviously not on the defense. But still giving up 34 points to Jacksonville, I mean, that's not good. Washington do have a pretty darn good defense, but it's I mean the Giants are kind of moving the ball here, so love the guy, watched him in college, but yeah, not elite, not yet at least. See, well, the thing is what a guy like Brock Purdy's going to get on, like how he's going to get by in the NFL, because he doesn't have the elite arm. He doesn't have like a bad arm necessarily, but especially when it comes to those like 5-10 yard out routes, like he can't just like laser it in there. Throws a pretty nice deep ball. I mean, we saw the one to Ayuk when he was under pressure. We saw the deep ball to McCaffrey both times against the Buccaneers, but he's going to get by through smarts, through playing within himself, through not making mistakes, using his mobility when he has to, and just really limiting mistakes. But it is definitely a huge benefit for a guy like Brock Purdy, the fact that he's played so much college ball. And that doesn't always translate to success in the NFL. I'm not saying that, but he's played a lot of football in the last 4 years. So got to go, Shifty. It was a nice hangout. I'm out. Thank you so much, John J. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you keeping the chat going. Thank you so much. Everybody, hit up 49ers Ultimate Report. Drop a subscription on his channel. He's doing big things. He does videos essentially every day, and he's getting big into the live stream game. So hit up 49ers Ultimate Report for good content. Purdy is doing exactly what you expect him to do, but he's outperforming expectations. There's no question about that. He's outperforming expectations. When you look at a 7th round rookie quarterback, he's playing better than that. Absolutely. I think he just needs to keep it up. I think he just needs to he doesn't have to force anything. And that's situational football. And again, that's one of those cliche football terms, but it's so true that like when you have a great defense like the 49ers have, you can settle for 3. You don't have to force the ball in there for a touchdown if you can settle for 3 because the defense is just so hard to score on. Christian says Washington has a good, not elite defense. They have a Bucs level D, and look what we did to them. That's a very good point. However, I think a huge difference maker for Washington is Chase Young, and he's not playing tonight. He hasn't played since week 10. I thought he was playing, but if they get Chase Young back, I mean, Chase Young he's not as consistent, or he's not on Nick Bosa level, but I don't think he's that far off either. Robert, just saw the Raiders highlights to end the game. Holy shit, that was crazy. Yeah, wasn't that, how nuts was that? And the fact that the game was tied. So if New England was just like, let's go out of bounds, then it would have gone to overtime. Yet they did that stupid play call. The kick is away, and the Giants take it up to about their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Giants at their own 26. His coach told me he is a good, hard trained. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. What we've heard about Brock Purdy, very hard worker as well. So you love to see that. True Iowa State fan. Unfortunately, kind of got worse. Through college, though, he was insane as a freshman and leveled out. Yeah. The Iowa State Cyclones. All right, 1st and 10 Giants. They're going to fake the handoff to Barkley, going to throw it out quickly to Slayton, who's going to pick up a good 7 or so yards on 1st down. Just keeping that, get those positive yards on 1st down, try and neutralize the Washington Commanders pass rush. I think, like you said, any team in the 1st round, but I'd rather take a good solid team in the 1st round and, of course, get the W. That will prepare the team for the next game. That's a good point, too, Nelson. Didn't really think about that. Very good point. 2nd and 3 right now for the Giants. Jones behind center is going to hand off to Barkley up the middle, breaks some tackles, just gets enough for the 1st down. Was able to spin out of the 1st tackle. Lazar Productions, bye. That was fun. Thanks. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, man. You're welcome back anytime. The next time I'll be going live is going to be, what's the Thursday night game? Jacksonville and the Giants. I might do that game because I'm actually free Thursday. So I think I'll try and do that game. Otherwise, it will be Saturday. 1st and 10, Giants going to pitch it out. Oh, tried to do a quick throw to Saquon, but just Jones put it a little bit too far in front of him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. If New England misses playoffs, Belichick should retire. Belichick is pretty darn old. He's getting up there in age, so it might be something that they'll have to consider. Jones just off target looking for Saquon. 2nd and 10 for the Giants at their own 35-yard line. Jones and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers down low. Washington only going to rush 4. Quick pass there to Slayton, who's going to get about 7 yards. So we're going to have 3rd and very manageable here. Washington playing a little bit back now. They're not playing super aggressively as they were earlier. Chase Young on the sideline, and very good player, but he's not played since 2021 Week 10. Yikes. Why did I think he was back playing football this year? Yikes. That's a long time he's been out. 3rd and 3. Jones coming out in shotgun, empty backfield. Maybe Jones might keep the ball here. Let's see. Does Washington want to bring pressure? And they do not. They were showing pressure. They bounce out of it. Jones going to dump it off, looking for Richie James. But, man, that was really good coverage there by 59 of the Commanders right there. Christian, which one of those 4 teams is a solid team? Not trolling, just don't see any of them as legit contenders. In my opinion, we stomped the ever out of all those teams, says Randy. And Christian making the point before that is, okay, CG, thank you so much for checking out the stream. And again, everybody, check out CG Ruthless 49ers Talk. Drop a subscription on his channel. He does a whole bunch of 49er content, news, interviews, former players, coaches, all that stuff. So his channel is really, really fun one to watch. So hit up his channel. Christian. Well, and here's the thing. Something that I struggle with too is that when I look at the NFL in general, like when I did last week when I did my power rankings, I think you have 4 teams in the AFC and 4 teams in the NFC, and after that it gets iffy because in the AFC you have Kansas City, you have Buffalo, you have the Bengals, and I think the Ravens with Lamar Jackson are a threat. Potentially the Dolphins might be able to turn it around, but I think really the Ravens with Lamar Jackson because he can just make crazy things happen. Now, when you move on to the NFC, you have the Eagles, you have the Cowboys, you have the Vikings, and you have the 49ers. Outside of that, and look, I'm not saying these other teams can't maybe win a playoff game, but when it comes to realistic Super Bowl contenders, unless one of them gets really, really hot at the exact right time, I just don't know if it's going to be realistic. Robert says Belichick told Brady when he had to retire going against the owner. I think Bob Kraft will be told when Bill's ready to. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Patriots. And, I think Belichick's leaving. If he does decide to leave, he's leaving them in a pretty good situation. But Belichick just seems like that guy where, like, let's say if he did retire, I think he just absolutely lives and breathes football that I just don't know. He wouldn't know what to do with himself. Brock Purdy needs to do what he is doing, and he will be fine throughout the season and playoffs. Yep, use the elite players around him. And I think a huge key as well is knowing and recognizing the fact that you have the best defense in the NFL backing you up. So you don't have to force anything. You never have to force anything if you're Brock Purdy, unless the game is, it comes down to a certain play. All right, so we're back here in action with the Commanders and the Giants. The Commanders do force the Giants to punt. If I'm the Commanders, establish the run game again, get the ball in the hands of Gibson, Brian Robinson, maybe a little misdirection if you have to, but you really want to try and control the clock a little bit and put up points on this drive. Coming out in shotgun is Heineke. Robinson to his left, I think it is. Tight end in motion. Snap is away. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw it, and it's going to be caught by scary Terry McLaurin, and they're going to be up to their own 28-yard line. And I guess, hey, maybe get the ball into your best player's hands. That's not a bad idea either. And that is Fabian Moreau on the coverage, the former Washington Commander, playing a very soft coverage on that and really respecting McLaurin's game. Scary Terry from the Ohio State. Only 3 catches for 32 yards. Heineke only 73 yards on the night. Behind center, single back formation. Fakes the handoff. He's under pressure, throwing it deep. It's going to be caught again by Scary Terry. Up to the 40-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 13 yards. Back-to-back first down plays to Terry McLaurin. Suddenly he's up to 45 yards receiving. Trying to get him involved, and maybe that was the MO at halftime, is get the ball into Terry McLaurin's hands, because the Giants, truthfully, don't have the best cornerbacks, so it's a very favorable matchup for the Washington Commanders. 1st and 10 at their own 40. Heineke behind center, I formation. They are going to fake the handoff, and it's an end around here, and that's going to be first down yardage, Washington, and I believe that's going to be De'Ami Brown, if I'm not mistaken. One of these young receivers for Washington picks up about 14 yards. 36 likes, everybody. We hit the likes goal. We hit the Merton Hanks likes go. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. There's 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Now Kayvon Thibodeau's on the sideline. Might be time to take a shot here with their best pass rusher on the sideline. 1st and 10 Washington. He's going to be behind center, 1 wide receiver, 3 tight ends, single back. Man in motion. Where's the play clock? That play took a while to get off the ground. Brian Robinson runs up for 2. I think this is going to be an illegal shift or illegal formation against Washington would be my guess here. Because as soon as the ball was snapped, they threw the flag. 1239 subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for all the likes. Appreciate that. And that's illegal motion on Logan Thomas. Because he was still moving, I think. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I don't know all the ins and outs of the illegal motion and illegal shift rules, but it seemed like that play, he didn't know what he was doing. So now there's a timeout on the field. It's 1st and 15 for Washington. They are in the Giants' territory, just about. Oh, here we go. Christian says, I agree, Nelson. My only real concern of the playoffs is Niners beating themselves, because if they play mistake-free football, they can beat anyone. I mean, I think to me I'm definitely concerned with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, the Eagles have a lot of really good weapons. Defense is playing really good, turning the ball over. They're deep in their roster, so Eagles would concern me personally, especially because if we play the Eagles in the playoffs, it's in Philadelphia. First and 15 for Washington at midfield. Quick pass out to Scary Terry, and he's got lanes. He's got a first down to the Giants' 30-yard line. Pickup of 20 yards, and Scary Terry is coming alive here so far in the second half. Already got about 45 yards in the second half. Making big plays here for the Commanders. Tackled all the way downfield by Thibodeau. 1st and 10, and he's now has 3 straight seasons over 1,000 yards for Washington. Only the 4th time done in team history. 1st and 10 Commanders, 9.5 minutes left. At the Giants' 30, snap is away, fakes the handoff to Gibson, rolls out to his right, gets the ball in the hand of Jahan Dotson, the rookie out of Penn State. First down, Washington. Pickup of 11 inside the red zone of the Giants. Nice play call there. You kind of think that After the big gain to McLaurin, maybe you try and settle it down with a run. The Giants commit to that run. Nice little fakes the handoff, rolls out wide open. Dotson gets about 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10 Commanders at the Giants 19. Momentum is now on their side. You feel like they really have to punch it in here to get back in this game. Heineke in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers up top. One's going to motion down. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw for the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders! And that is the rookie, Jahan Dotson. McLaurin was on the sideline, and they get Jahan Dotson in the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. What a big play. And Heineke suddenly playing with a ton of confidence. Wow, he's playing, the Giants DB playing 9 yards off. I get playing soft, but that's very soft. And just a great route there by Jahan. Holds on, touchdown, Washington Commanders. Now, do they go for 2 or do you just take the 1? I probably just take the 1 here. It's still very early in the game. Here comes the District of Columbia. And it's mostly due to the defense. Yet the Niners play, yeah, exactly. But the Washington offense is out there. So lining up to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. To me, it's still a little early. But I see the reasoning behind it because you want to make it a field goal game. Heineke is in shotgun, back to his right. You have Curtis Samuel in motion. Snap is away, looking for Samuel, and it's a good conversion, but there's a flag, and maybe it was offensive pass interference on the other Washington receiver. It might have been that pick play, as they call it. Note to the 49ers, they'll shred. Let's see if it was a pick play, an offensive. It could very well be. And it is going to be against Washington, so the 2-point conversion is not going to stand. And we'll see now backing them up. Maybe now they just try and take the extra point. Yep, they're going to bring out the kicker to take the extra point. Defense is scary. Nice. I'm not sure what the announcement here is by the officials, but it was Jahan Dotson who set the illegal screen, the pick as they call it, basically blocking before the ball is thrown. And it was the direct reason why the Commanders were able to get in so easily on that 2-point conversion. But now that's gonna take some way back. Oh, it's 10 yards from what would be the original extra point attempt. So this is no gimme here. Snap is away, kick is up, and he missed it. He missed the extra point. Why does it say Washington 8? They have 9 points, yeah. And he missed it was a 43-yard attempt, and Joey Sly wide right. So it's going to remain 14-9. And yikes, Washington, just a little bit of an implosion there after they scored the touchdown. How do they let that happen? Unbelievable. Reginald cranking up this heat, not going to stress out over next month Bills. Too blessed to be stressed. I love it, man. I love it. Too blessed to be stressed. Love to hear that. Good Lord. Yeah, it's like 58 degrees in your apartment. I like it at 68. I'm on the 10th floor in my building, and it's usually pretty warm here. Usually in the, usually like high 60s or so. I like it relatively warm. Nice and warm and cozy. But Washington, blow it. Not in Colorado, no. Been there, done that. Been there and done that been in Colorado for a winter. Mr. R is in France. Oh, you're in France, Mr. Reginald, huh? In France. Beautiful country, but right now I think France is mourning the loss of the World Cup final. But shout out to Kylian Mbappe of the French national team. Hat trick in the World Cup final. 10 is my only San Francisco jersey, so Jimmy Garoppolo. Christian, yeah, Castle Rock, Colorado. I'm not sure where Castle Rock is, but yeah, I spent 6 months in Denver. Well, actually, I guess technically it was Glendale, but right outside Denver. The guy is in the Springs. Colorado Springs, huh? Colorado's such a beautiful state. And to be honest, even though it was so freaking cold in Colorado, I did kind of like having the more traditional seasons where you get the snow and all that. Down in the Delta, says Randy, I work out there in Black Forest. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Love to hear it. It's on the road to the Springs. Okay, very cool. Highlands, France. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful, man. Ron Rivera still chatting with the official. I think it probably about that pick play that would have led to the good 2-point conversion. But then that was a flag. Then they elected to kick the extra point, and they missed the extra point. Castle Rock, right between Denver and Colorado Springs. Beautiful, man. There's a couple of towns that I really like in Colorado. I mean, I like Boulder. I think that's a nice city where the Colorado University. But I liked going up into the mountains, and I really enjoyed Estes Park. Estes Park was absolutely beautiful, and the drive up there was insane. 1st and 10, Giants at their own 25. 14-9, 5-point lead. Snap is away. They fake the handoff to Barkley. Under pressure immediately. Gets the ball to Slayton. Run out of bounds. That's going to be a pickup of 5 on first down, up to their own 30. My wife loves Castle Rock. There you go. We got a whole bunch of Coloradans, I would say. Is that Coloradans? The Coloradish? 2nd and 4, so they call it a pickup of 6. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Jones behind center. Barkley in the backfield. 3 receivers on the field and 1 tight end. Going to motion the tight end in for extra blockers. Barkley up the middle. Gets the first down. Gets up to the 40-yard line. Barkley running tough, running hard, right up the middle. Good gain. Going to get a fresh set of downs. Denver, but I noticed fast food customer service is better for obvious and some reasons in Pueblo, especially Olive Garden. Interesting. Yes, I believe Philly is a solid team, a bit better than Kansas City Chiefs. If the Niners go up against the Chiefs right now, Niners have that game, says Nelson. Maybe, could possibly be. 1st and 10, Giants are going hurry up here. Jones in the pocket's going to scramble, get some decent yards, gets taken down, and the ball comes out, but was he down by contact? Right now they're saying Washington football. But was he down before the ball came out? And that's look, when you have a quarterback who doesn't run a ton, that's the danger. But I think he was maybe down because we all remember the butt counts. Joey Nichols, do we have any real rooting interest in this game? Not particularly, no. I'm kind of just rooting for a good, exciting game. But we all know the butt counts. Let's get those emojis going. I just want a really good game. I'm kind of leaning towards Washington for some reason because I just look back to what the Giants have done to the 49ers in the playoffs, whereas Washington and San Francisco don't have that same history. But, at the end of the day, just a good football game, and I'm happy. The got to get a slopper in Pueblo. Green chilies. Okay, so in Denver, it's definitely not authentic Mexican food. And I'm going to say it's more like a Tex-Mex. But one of my favorite places to go eat in Denver was Torchy's Tacos. Torchy's Tacos. That was one of my favorite places. That was just absolutely delicious. If you're ever in Denver... And I think it's a chain, so it's not it's not just like the one place in Denver. It's a chain, but I don't like the Giants either. But Torchy's Tacos, that place is awesome. They do some really good food there. And they have like a full bar as well, which is cool. But yeah, love me some Torchy's. The guy says, yes, Torchy's. Surprisingly, we don't have much history. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, Christian? We have, of course, with Dallas, we have Green Bay, with the Giants. But there's a lot of other teams where we don't have a ton of history within the playoffs, especially. So those are really like the big. Those are really, and the actually not even the Rams really interesting. Reginald says, I asked for a slopper at Shake Shack and their chili burgers are not good. Some like it. Sam's Hot Club. Mel Turnbull says Niners should face the best to be the best. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Mel. At the end of the day, whatever team ends up coming in front of us, that's who we're going to take on. So I think Ron Rivera is not happy. So the Giants keep the ball. So although the ball got ripped out, Daniel Jones, you can see his elbow was down and he still had possession of the ball. Excuse me. And then it got ripped out. Joey likes watching Kayvon Thibodeau play. Had him as the best player in the draft last year. I think one of the knocks on Kayvon was the fact that he didn't put up like 12 or 13 sacks in college in a season. So people were like, oh, is he this great pass rusher or what's the deal? But I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's a guy who will probably end up averaging at least, 10-plus sacks a season, constant pressure, good against the run too. So it's 2nd and 1 for the Giants, and Jones is going to go quarterback sneak, and it is a first down Giants. Up to midfield, it's going to be 1st and 10 Giants. There's 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Casa Bonita, they have it here in North Springs, across from Boston Market. Yeah, I think that's the one that I used to go to. I went to the one, in downtown Denver. Really good, though. Really tasty food. So less than 7 minutes to go. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the Commanders 49. He's in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away, looking, going to dump it off to Barkley, and he's got some room to work with. Gets about 6-7 yards on first down. Really nice. Hit him in stride. Allowed Barkley to get the edge. Gets about 6 or 7. Torchy's has bomb queso. Hell yeah. It's almost certain Niners will play Philly if they make it to the championship game. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think. And this is why it's also kind of big for the Niners to get the 2nd seed. Because if the Niners get the 2nd seed, you could potentially host two. You would host 2 playoff game. So snap is away. They hand it to Barkley up the middle, who's going to fight and ends up getting a first down. All the players just pushing forward. And first down Giants, moving the ball well now. Torchy's one and done, and that was a few years ago. Ray's Canes is very good when I set upon entering the first time. Interesting. There we go. Spicy. Yeah, the queso. Yeah, I love Torchy's. I really like that. I used to go there maybe like once every 2 weeks, but I would make it a point to go to Torchy's. Behind center is Jones, hands it to Breda, gets about a yard on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the Commanders 36. Here's the thing now, if you are the Commanders, you got to hold them to 3. Ideally, you can push them back and get, no gain, and they maybe have to punt it. But if you hold them to 3, it's still a 1-possession game. So that's the key. That is the key. Less than 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Jones is going to come out. He's in shotgun. Breda to his left. 2 receivers down low. Snap is away. Washington just rushes 4. Gonna run it. Nope. Good play by the Washington linebacker. Gets his hands up. Knocks the ball down. But there's a flag against the Giants. And it's holding on the Giants. So it's a 10-yard penalty. And they are going to accept it. So it's going to be 2nd and 19 instead of 3rd and 9. Please give me a minute first time. Let me see what you have in the menu. Next thing I know, I'm confronted by a boy who says, she says, you wanted to speak to the manager. I was confused. Not a good first impression. Interesting, yeah. I mean, customer service, just even decent customer service can go a long way. 2nd and 19 for the Giants. This pushes them back to the Commanders' 46-yard line. Jones in shotgun. Snap is away. Looking to throw it quick. It's going to be caught, and he's only going to pick up about 4 yards. So this is going to bring up 3rd and 15. Definitely out of field goal range, especially in these conditions where the wind is swirling, to say the least. I think what you do here is you probably try a screen pass. Maybe you get lucky, you get a couple of good blocks down the field, and you can get near the first down, at least field goal attempt. Personally, I haven't found any place that I really like here food-wise, but love that they brought In-N-Out here. That's cool. In-N-Out's in Colorado now. In-N-Out's great. 3rd and 15. Jones and shotgun. The Commanders bring pressure. Jones is going to try and run to pick it up. Ends up getting down to about the Commanders' 32. So it's going to be 4th and 6 here. This would be a 50-yard attempt, and these are not ideal conditions to kick in. It was Aurora, so I'll try Thornton or back to Pueblo. Yeah. Aurora, Illinois. It's where Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar were. Face mask. Ooh. They didn't call it, though. So it is 4th down, but yeah, you're right, Cuffy. There actually was a face mask on that. So Graham Gano lining up for the 50-yarder. Snap is away. Hold is good. Kick is up. Looking good. And it is. So the Giants do tack on 3 more points. It's still a 1-possession game, though. And there's 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. So there's still a lot to play for in this. This is a huge clash. NFC East battle. Big repercussions here with regards to seeding purposes, tiebreakers, all of that. Korean fried chicken in Aurora barbecue. Yeah, the Korean barbecue has become such a big thing in the last 10 or 15 years. 21 people in here. Thank you so much. A town in Colorado, Aurora. Yeah, my favorite place in Colorado was Estes Park, home of the very famous Stanley Hotel, which was what the hotel in The Shining was based off of. The Stanley Hotel. And rumors is that it's haunted. They also filmed some scenes of Dumb and Dumber in the Stanley Hotel as well. Jim Carrey and the cast stayed there for a number of nights, from what I've been told. So 18 minutes in total left in the game. 3 minutes left, of course, in the 3rd quarter. Washington getting the ball back. 1-possession game. Heineke was really airing it out on that last drive. Able to hit McLaurin and Dotson a number of times. So do they stick with that recipe? Do they want to try and get back to the run game? Maybe try to hit him with a little play action? We'll see what they want to do. Yep, I saw the building. It's going in at the mall near In-N-Out. There we go. The Raising Cane's. In-N-Out burger. I mean, In-N-Out's it is very good. I think because when you hear a lot of Californians and stuff talk about In-N-Out, I think people kind of get the idea that it's a super gourmet burger or it's a super huge, massive. It's not. It's just fast food kind of done right. People compare it to Five Guys, and I mean, I guess that's a pretty fair. That's a natural comparison to make. But Five Guys, number one, is way more expensive, and Five Guys, I mean, the food, you get a lot of food. Five Guys is hard to eat all of it. Robert says Eagles will probably be able to rest Week 18 since they only have 1 loss. Then it's the rust versus rest argument. That's a huge dilemma, man. It's a huge dilemma that teams face. Is when you get to that position of we don't have to play our starters, and yeah, it's for me. I would play the starters a quarter or two or something, maybe a quarter, but obviously, you'll get second guessed. The only way you won't get second guessed is if you rest the starters and you win the playoff game, or else if you play the starters and they don't get hurt. Any other scenario, you get criticized heavily. Kick is away for the Giants. It's going to be a touchback, so Commanders will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25. Wingstop before just bone and boneless wing, now doing chicken burger. Interesting. KFC, oh, I got... Food on the West Coast is pretty inferior to the East Coast, says Randy. Can't explain it to the people who've always lived here in West. No offense. Yeah, I mean, a lot of those, like I have friends of mine, friends here who are from the East Coast, and they talk about the pizza and the Indian food and the Italian food and stuff and say it's way better out there. So 1st and 10, Washington. Heineke behind center, single back, man in motion. Snap is away. They are going to hand it up the middle, and they're going to fight. And Brian Robinson, fighting for yards, gets about 7 on 1st down. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from their own 32. Mexican food is better here, though. That I would say that's one of the things that they probably do a lot better here. My favorite place is Steamboat Springs, and generally west of the mountains is better. There's nothing to eat out here, and everything closes early. 100% agree with the exception of In-N-Out. Small town burgers are good here in Colorado. Good beef here. Good stuff. Wish In-N-Out do chicken burger. Yeah, In-N-Out don't do no chicken. 2nd and 3 for the Commanders. Single back. They are going to hand it off. Actually, it's a pitch back to Heineke. Going for it all. Got him in just a little bit too far. Looking for De'Ami Brown. They were taking, it was a flea flicker. Looking for De'Ami Brown. The Giants played it pretty well. There was 2 guys around him. That throw needed to be absolutely perfect if it was going to connect. But taking shots down the field. I miss seafood. California Fish and Grill. Good seafood. Yes, some don't like beef all the time. Hate In-N-Out. I like Five Guys, says Randy. Yeah, doing what anytime going. Sorry, I've been spoiled by Great Good too long. Came out here, lost 35 pounds. Five Guys is pricey and greasy. It's a good point. Snap is away. They hand it to Curtis Samuel, and he's going to be short of the 1st down marker. On 3rd and 3, they hand it to Curtis Samuel up the middle. It's now 4th and 1, deep inside their own territory, and I think you have to punt the ball away. It's a 1-score game, so you're not in that moment yet where you have to go for it. Nothing beat In-N-Out Hamburger $2.50. Shifty's Food Talk. Yeah, I mean, with In-N-Out, well, it's definitely more expensive in the Bay Area than other places, but I love In-N-Out. But yeah, I think people kind of get it mistaken for like the way the Californians and people talk about it. It's not like a gourmet, fancy schmancy burger. It's just fast food, cooked well, and it's like fresh ingredients, and that's kind of how it's supposed to be. Great punt by the Commanders, and it's going to be downed at the 1-yard line of the Giants. Wow, so the Giants backed up all the way at their own 1-yard line. 23 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out on this Sunday night football. Commanders, Giants, Five Guys, like at least $12 in the Bay Area. Five Guys, if you want like a burger, fries, and a drink, it's probably like $17 or $18, which is pretty wild to think about. Pretty freaking crazy to think about for a burger. And if you're going to like a real nice restaurant, then okay, fair enough, But if you're when you're going to like a fast food place, I mean, $17, $18. But then again, you do get a crazy amount of fries. When you order fries at Five Guys, they just give you way too many. I love a Whopper, F the Big Mac. Food trucks are getting big here. Yeah, food trucks are really big. I think it's really taking off because it's just so, like the overhead for food trucks is so low that obviously you pay for the truck, you're paying for gas and the equipment and stuff, but the overhead is a lot lower, so people can cook really good food from the food truck. Yes, Estes Park, Winter Park, concerts. Yeah, I want to go to Fort Collins, Boulder. Yeah, some really great places in Colorado. So I'd recommend anyone to spend time out there. Food, yeah, there we go. New Mexico Bowl, yesteryears. Really amazing punt by the Commanders. This is their chance. If they can force a 3-and-out here, they're going to get excellent field position in a one-possession game. We're almost in the fourth quarter. Be right back. Alrighty. We have a spot where 10 trucks meet. It's like a smorgasbord. Yeah, they do that a lot. They'll have like, like maybe like old, like empty parking lots and things like that. And they'll convert it where all the food trucks will meet there so you can kind of get whatever you want. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 1. They're going to hand it to Barkley up the middle, who is going to get some yards up to about the 5. So they get a little bit of breathing room. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Giants. I see food trucks everywhere now. Yeah, shrimp burrito. Sounds pretty good. Food trucks smell good when near, but yeah, the price can be pretty crazy because they have to, I'm sure they, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. They can be pretty pricey for sure. There's a really good one in the Bay Area called Senior Sisig. So fakes the handoff to Barkley. Daniel Jones looking, throwing it to the feet of Barkley. A glorified throwaway. 3rd and 5 for the Giants deep in their own territory. The Senior Sisig, it's like a Filipino and Mexican fusion. Really good if you ever get a chance to. A little pricey, but it's really good. I'll pay for my burger if it means everyone gets good wages, everyone working hard everywhere, especially here in the Bay. Yeah, I agree with that, Robert, 110%. I'm happy to pay a little more if it means that better treatment, better pay for others. So happy, I 100% agree with that. So 3rd and 5, this is a big 3rd down here for the Commanders. They're bringing pressure, delayed blitz over the middle, incomplete. He had his tight end open and can't bring it in. And that's a huge drop right there on 3rd down, looking for the tight end, the rookie tight end Bellinger, and drops it. So now the Giants are going to have to punt it back to Washington, who are going to have excellent field position. Get those 10 tamales for $6. Pork tamales. Lovely. When I go out, I buy $1.75, donuts for lunch. Donuts, here we go. I know what I'm getting. Some donuts. Here comes the punt. Looks like a pretty booming punt. They're going to take it at their own 39. And he's going to get tackled up at the 45. The ball comes out. And I think it's Giants football. Maybe he was down. It'll get reviewed. But the ball came out. I think the Giants have it. The Washington Commander, the player was awkwardly taken down, like his all body was contorted kind of weird. Might be banged up on the play. We'll see what the call is. They still haven't determined who gets it. So they're going to say 1st and 10 Washington. Maybe he was down by contact. Yeah, his knees were, ooh, I don't know. That sounds highly unorthodox. Fumble. Who got the ball? Donuts and wings should be illegal. Save a lot of lives that way. The Commanders need snow. Yeah. His knee was down before the ball came out. So, yeah, he was down by contact. But the Commanders will have the ball at their own 44-yard line. So it's still good field position. But that was a really impressive punt by the Giants. 1st and 10 Commanders. We're in the last 22 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Heineke behind center, man in motion, single back, snap his way. They pitch it up to Brian Robinson, who gets about 3-4 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 at their own 46 when we come back in the 4th quarter. Final 15 minutes of the game coming up. Robert, has gifted yet another membership. Thank you so much, Robert, for the gifted membership. For anyone who wants that gifted membership, Kafifi, Reginald, whoever else is in here who doesn't have a membership, directly below where it shows Robert's gifted membership, you can select allow gifts, and then you will get the membership. Reginald, if you want it. Kafifi, if you want it. Huge shout out to Robert for all the huge support on Shifty's 49ers Talk. Yeah, all you have to do is you select allow gifts, and it's going to be right there. Whoever wants it, we have 19 people in here. Anyone who is not a member, very easy to claim that membership. You get emojis, you get the little emblem, and Kafifi gets it. Kafifi gets the membership. Good stuff there, Kafifi. Thank you, Robert. Good stuff. Excellent. Thank you so much for that, for the continued support. Greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out on this Sunday Night Football. Members are up to 19 members. Oh, hell yeah. The butt counts. The butt counts. And we're going to be doing... we're going to have some real fun streams coming up next week. Of course, the 49ers and these Commanders on Christmas Eve. Hopefully you guys can join me for that. That's going to be at 1:05 Pacific Time, Levi's Stadium. And then it's going to be determined as to what other games we're going to be doing. A whole bunch of games, though. Next week, we have Thursday night, a bunch of games on Saturday, some games on Christmas Day, Monday Night Football, so there's a lot coming up. Go Niners is right, Kafifi. There we go. So we're at the start of the fourth quarter. Daniel Snyder, they're showing Daniel Snyder, the very controversial owner of the Commanders. 2nd and 6, they hand it off to Brian Robinson to the left. He's got nowhere to go but cuts back and ends up getting maybe close to a first down. I thought he was going to lose 2 or 3. Cuts back inside, fights, and we'll see where they actually place the ball, but it could be a first down. And nice running there, Brian Robinson, the very good-looking rookie out of, where did he go to school? I keep thinking Texas, but that's Bijan Robinson, I think, who's a senior now at Texas. Glock Purdy, can't wait for that game. That's going to be a good one. Next Saturday afternoon. It's 3rd and 1, Commanders. They keeps it. Heineke keeps it. He's going to run for the first down. Gets more. Up to the Giants' 34-yard line. And Heineke signals first down yardage. Big Glock Brock gonna light it up. Yeah, that was a really good play call there. Because the Giants, and again, look, Thibodeau's having a great game, but that's the second time he's fallen for faking the handoff inside and the quarterback runs. It gets a huge gain. Reggae says, thank you for broadcasting tonight. My absolute pleasure, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate any and all support, man. Love to have you here in attendance. Thank you kindly. 1st and 10, Commanders at the Giants' 34. Heineke looking, going to throw it, and dropped by Logan Thomas. Yeah, because I'm not a real fan of tonight's participants. Baltimore in town witness social distancing. The first Berkeley vice president. There we go. Reggae Shark allow. We're always fans of sharks here. We're fans of sharks here in this channel. 2nd and 10 for the Washington Commanders. Heineke's behind center at the Giants 34. Single back. It's Gibson in the backfield. They hand it to Gibson, who's dancing around too much in the backfield. Ball comes out! And he recovers the ball himself. It's a pickup of 1. But that was dangerous. Hard to see where the ball went to. But it was recovered by the Commanders. Recovered his own fumble. Emojis in the chat. And Gibson able to recover his own fumble. They got away with one. 3rd and 9 for the Commanders. Heineke's in shotgun by himself. 5 receivers. Let's see, do the Giants bring pressure? Play clock winding down. Snap is away. They do bring pressure. He's running out of time. Gets hit as he throws. It's incomplete. And they brought a cornerback blitz and had to get rid of it way before he wanted to. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But a huge play there, stand by the Giants defense. Do the Commanders want to go for 3? They're at the Giants 34. Joey Sly, he's missed one tonight already, an extra point attempt. This is a 51-yarder, 12:36 in the game. Snap is away. Hold is good. Kick looks good, and it is. So we have a close game here. It's going to be 17-12. Commanders, Giants. 12 and a half minutes left in the game. Del Taco. Sandy Martinez is here. Thank you so much for hanging out, Sandy Martinez. Appreciate you having here. We're up to 1240 subscribers. Thank you for all that ongoing support. Appreciate that. Del Taco and Taco Bell. I don't mind either, really. I mean, none of those would be my go-tos, but if someone was like, if I'm hungry and someone's like, hey, let's go eat at one of those, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. We're up to 1241 subscribers. Only 9 away from the stretch goal tonight. How are we doing on the likes? We're at 38 likes. Diamador Lenore likes. Only 2 likes away from... And we're up to 1242 subscribers. Only Steve Young subscribers away from the stretch goal. 2 likes away from the goal. Thank you so much for all the support. Sandy says, this is Niner Sickness daughter. Excellent, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Sandy. Niner Sickness is one of my favorite dudes in the 49ers YouTube community. Thank you so much, Sandy, for hanging out. Really appreciate that. Great to have you here. Beto is one of the great guys. And hopefully in a couple of days, I'll be able to do the stream with Beto. I think he's doing this game as well right now. But yeah, really big fan of Beto. We're up to 1243 subscribers. Let's go. Only 7 away from the stretch goal. This game is going to be coming down to the wire. 5-point game, 12 minutes left. Thank you so much, Sandy. Appreciate that so much for hanging out. We're at 39 likes. Only 1 like away from hitting the big 40. Commander's going to be kicking it off to the Giants. They're kind of going through all the recent Giants head coaches. Ben McAdoo, Spagnuolo, Shermer, Judge, Dayball. Yeah, it's been brutal. Ever since Tom Coughlin left, the Giants have just struggled, to say the least. 23 people in here. Appreciate everyone for hanging out on Sunday Night Football. The kick is away from Joey Sly. It's going to be a touchback. Giants will start with 12:31 left in the game. 1st and 10 at their own 25. Can't really stress enough how important this game is for seeding in the NFC. for seeding in the NFC, for all of that stuff. It's there's a lot of things to unpack there, so we'll see what happens. There we go. Thank you so much, Sandy. Appreciate that. So it's going to be a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards on first down. 17-12 Giants. Clock is moving. 12 minutes left. Daniel Jones in shotgun. Barkley to his right. 2 receivers up top, a receiver and tight end down low. Snap is away. Going to be a quick pass out to Richie James, who's got first down yardage up to the 40, 44, 45-yard line. Big time gain on second down. Big time gain on second down. So it's first down, Richie James Jr. Able to break some tackles too. That's not easy. I mean, I always like Richie James. I always thought he was a decent player. 4 catches, 42 yards for Richie. So first and 10 Giants at their own 44. Jones was looking to throw it quickly. In trouble now, has to just throw it away. Washington had that covered up really well. Really excellent job in coverage there by the Washington Commanders. So 11:15 left. 2nd and 10 for the Giants. Just subbed all my accounts, Lazard. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. I was wondering why the numbers just kind of shot up quickly. Jones in shotgun, back to his left. 2nd and 10. Snap is away. On the draw play, hands it to Barkley, who gets about 4 yards on the play. So it's going to be a key third down here. 3rd and 6 is going to be under 11 minutes when the play gets snapped again. Richie was awesome at calling a fair catch. No one did it better. That's true. Another X9er, they pop up everywhere. Yeah. When you have a really good team, a lot of your former players end up making an impact elsewhere. You can't keep them all. 3rd and 6, though. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Got time over the middle to Barkley. Catches it. First down, Giants into Commander territory. 10 minutes left. That's a huge first down. Yeah, we are at 1243 subscribers. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to Lazard Productions. And Barkley did hold on to that. It looked like he did at least. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the Commanders' 44. Jones in shotgun, back to his right. Looking, quick pass, and deflected at the line of scrimmage. Excellent play by the Commanders' D-end. Gets his hands up, knocks it down. That's Obata. Big first down. Yeah, lucky Giants. That was, good play call, because Washington not always playing with the most aggressive there. Obviously they're afraid. They don't want to give up the big plays. So 2nd and 10 Giants. There's 9:59 left in the game. They have the ball at the Washington 44. Jones is in shotgun. Barkley motions out. Jones is going to run it himself up the middle and only going to get about 2, maybe 1.5 yards, and takes a big shot at that. So Christian says it feels like the Giants are going to win this one. Maybe. We've seen crazy things happen, but they do seem a little bit more in control. Turbo says, I see you a 49er fan. That's cool. By the way, you look hot. Just saying. By the way, I'm a... Yikes. Tyler, how are we doing tonight, buddy? Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. So, Daniel Jones shotgun, empty backfield, snap his way. It's 3rd and 8. He's got time back there. Going to throw it down and almost intercepted, looking for Barkley, and almost intercepted by the Commander DB. And that was a dangerous throw. Even if it was caught, it wouldn't have been a first down. But At 4th and 8, I think you just have to try and pin back the Commanders here, force them to go the whole way down the field, because a field goal doesn't do a ton for you. So yeah, the Giants are going to line up to punt, and they do. Is it a fair catch called at the 7 or 8 yard line? Welcome to the stream, Hooper. How are we doing tonight? Thank you so much for hanging out. The Commanders are able to hold the Giants, and we have a game on our hands here, folks. There's about just under 10 minutes to go in the game. Commanders down 5. They have the ball. They're at home. If they can get down and get a touchdown, you go for 2 to make it a field goal game. Big time game right here. There's so much on the line for both of these teams when it comes. These teams played 2 weeks ago, and it was a tie. So whoever wins this game right here, it's going to be huge for seeding purposes, for tie-breaking purposes. Let's see how each of these teams, because I think right now the Commanders have the tiebreaker because they have the better percentage in division games. Now, if the Giants beat the Commanders tonight, they would actually have the same division record, but then I think it goes to the head-to-head matchup, which the head-to-head matchup, which the Giants would now have, because in their 2 games, if the Giants win, because in the 2 games you have the tie at the first game. Whoever wins this game has the head-to-head matchup tiebreaker. So, a lot to play for, a lot on the line. These teams know each other very, very well. 20 people in here. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending your Sunday night here. I really do sincerely appreciate all the support, everything you guys bring to the stream, the chat, the engagement. It's been a really fun couple of days here on the channel. So thank you so much for all the support. We're coming down. End of the game. I mean, there's still a good amount of time left. It's not like we're not going to be seeing any hurry-up offense or nothing, but I'm going to be very curious to see how the Commanders play this. Do they want to have a long, drawn-out drive? Maybe do they try and air it out, score quickly? That way there's still a lot of time left for possible possessions. We'll see what they want to do. They're showing our nation's capital. 1st and 10, actually at their own 9. Heineke behind center, single back. They're going to fake the handoff. Heineke's going to launch it. He's got a man. It's caught! It's caught by Dotson all the way up to the Giants' 30-yard line. That's a pickup of about 60 yards and a huge airs it out. The rookie Jahan Dotson out of Penn State takes it all the way up, a 60-yard pickup. Heineke airing it out. It was a one-on-one matchup, and you got to trust your first-round wide receiver. No flags on the play. Huge pickup, 60 yards. Grabbing the jersey, I don't know, Poop and P. Yo, what's up, Poop and P? 1st and 10, they hand it to Brian Robinson, who's got a lane inside the Giants' 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Commanders, and the crowd is going crazy. The crowd is going bananas. Wow. Poop and pee. I think, are you talking about the Washington Commanders Stadium, which they can't get their plumbing right? Is that what we're talking about? So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Commanders at the Giants' 11. Just outside of end goal to go. In shotgun, snap is away. Hands it to Curtis Samuel. Just got to get north and south. Gets maybe half a yard on the play. And any run that they've given to Curtis Samuel, 9 times out of 10, it's either gone nowhere or they've lost yards. Still a lot of time left. Yeah, hey, I mean, there's no guarantee even that there's no guarantee that they score a touchdown. So we'll see what happens. But great catch, great concentration and focus by Jahan Dotson. That's a 60-yard gain. Commanders about to score right now. Let's go. I mean, we'll see. 2nd and 9. Empty backfield and shotgun. 3 receivers right, 2 low. Heineke going to throw it over the middle. Quick. It's going to be caught by Terry McLaurin. Gets about 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Giants' 6. They can theoretically pick up a first down without scoring. Wow, this is bonkers. 6.5 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 4. These teams are about as close as you can get. Exact same record. They tied when they played 2 weeks ago. 5-point game. Heineke's in shotgun. Got Gibson to his right. Dotson in motion. It's man coverage. Snap is away. In trouble in the pocket. Gonna get sacked. Ball comes out, but I think he was down. He was down, so he gets sacked. So if you're Washington, I think you take the 3 points. Womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp. Do you take the 3 points? I think you do. I think you do. 4th down, stop. Heineke trying to navigate the pocket. Azeez Ojulari right there. Leonard Williams with some pressure. Is that Dexter Lawrence, too, helps bring him down. Tried to navigate the pocket, but the blocking didn't hold up. Here comes the field goal attempt. And it's going to be a timeout on the field. There's a challenge by the Giants. They think maybe he fumbled the ball. Oh, poop and pee. 28 people in here, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We just hit 40 likes. We're 7 subscribers from our stretch goal of 1250. Let's see this replay again with regards to the fumble. Randy thinks it's a fumble. Ooh, that could be a fumble. I don't think his knee or elbow was down. That could be a fumble. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This is going to be a huge decision. The game isn't over either way. I mean, honestly, even if it is a fumble, basically not a whole lot changes for the command. Well, what would change for the Commanders is that if they were to, they would only be down, 2 instead of 5, which would mean that you would have to get a touchdown on your next possession. But, I mean, it could have major impacts, this call. Dude coming in here to mark territory. Seriously. Whenever I think of the Washington Commanders, I just think of their stadium and, man, the plumbing and everything. And remember that against the Eagles, was it last year when the fans kind of fell off the stand and almost crushed Jalen Hurts? It's like, they got to move on from Dan Snyder. They need a new stadium as well. Dan Snyder is not the guy to be the owner of a football team, in my humble opinion. Wow, this is a big call here. I mean, from the last angle that I just saw, it's kind of, I mean, it looked like the ball started coming out. I'd want to see more angles, and here we go. I'd like to see a little bit more angles, though, on this replay, which I'm sure they're going to show it before they announce it, but yikes. I love it. That's hilarious. It's a poop raid, everybody. That poop raid was pretty shit. Oh, that's so funny. 41 likes. Get to Ronnie. Lot likes. Let's go. The ball was coming out. Call on the field reversed. The Giants get the ball. It's reversed. The Giants have the ball. And Heineke's got his head in his hands. Can't believe it. And then turning it over. The Commanders, 2 turnovers tonight. And in that one in the red zone. Can't do that. 1st and 10 Giants. Jones in a shotgun. Barkley's got some room. Got a first down up to the Giants 26. It is time for the Christmas Poo, to make his appearance. It's Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. Wow, did that Commander? Yeah, he timed that. He got off the snap so quickly. That was Daron Payne. But Barkley, first down run, pickup of 11 on first down, breaking tackles. And the Commanders got to get a stop here. 28 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out here in Sunday Night Football. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Jones and shotgun. Barkley to his right. 1st and 10 at their 26. They hand it to Barkley up the middle, who's going to get more first down yardage up to the 40-yard line. And Barkley's feeling it now. He is feeling it. Giants running away with it. Yeah, they are. The Giants making big-time plays right here. I mean, the Commander, the strength of their defense is the D-line. You'd like to think that you can hold up against these blockers because the Giants O-line, they've got some good, young, talented tackles, but we'll see. Less than 5 minutes to go. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 41. Barkley to Jones's right in shotgun. Snap is away. Hands it up the middle again. Got another huge gain. First down Barkley up to the Commanders' 45-yard line. I do this most week. I do this every week. I don't do every single game, but I do every 49er game, and then I do some of the other games too. We have a new subscriber. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Very kind. And the Giants' offensive line is just dominating the Commanders' supposedly strong D-line, but they're getting run all over. On this drive, Saquon, 3 rushes for 41 yards. They're going to hand it to Saquon up the middle, and this time he gets stuffed. Ends up still getting about 3 yards. The Commanders trying to force a fumble. Less than 4 minutes to go. I do this, I do put in time, but I do it because I love it. You know, this is like one of my favorite things to do. Stay tuned. The next couple of days, you're going to see my latest power rankings video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe, because I believe I can make a setting where members will see the video, get access, early access to it. So I think I'll do that. 2nd and 7, Giants. Just over 3 minutes in the game in shotgun. They're going to just hand it. Oh, Daniel Jones keeps it. He's looking and gets a first down. And that's going to be first down Giants. Big time pickup there from Daniel Jones. Less than 3 minutes. He stays in bounds. Shifty, did you see the Patriots CarCast? I certainly did. One of the craziest endings you'll ever see in a game, the Patriots and Raiders. I don't know when he has time for you. All right. 2.5 minutes left in the game. 1st and 10 Giants. Commanders have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They're going to have to start using it. In shotgun, Jones is going to hand it to Barkley, and they stuff him. Gets a yard maybe. And do the Commanders, they do use their first timeout. There's 2:20 left in the game. The Giants are just about in field goal range, but that would be, as of right where they're at right now, it might be a bit risky because if you don't get it, then the great field position for the Commanders. So we'll see. Patriots, Raiders, I can't believe, yeah. The Patriots just did whatever they kind of took notes from the Houston Texans, the Chargers, the Falcons. what the Raiders normally do. Giants draining clock there, and they're doing a very good job of draining the clock as well. Second down, there's 2:21 left. Washington has 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they really cannot allow any more first downs. Commander QB crying, yeah. Heineke kind of feels like he blew the game with that fumble, and it wasn't great. Giants coming out, same formation in shotgun. Barkley to his left now. They do hand it to Barkley up the middle, they're trying to push him forward, gets maybe 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 7, and Washington stops the clock. I'm Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. He loves me, I love you. 44 likes. Thank you so much for all the likes. We hit Kyle Juszczyk likes. We hit Tom Rathman likes. Thank you, everyone. Really, really greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. Thanks, Robert Heiser, for the membership. I got to be up early for work. Good night, everyone. Kenny, you have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Shifty, was that disaster night Belichick's call? I think it was improvised because the game was tied. Now, maybe Belichick said, hey, Ramon, because they handed off to Ramondre. Maybe they said, look, maybe you pitch it once, but I think it was like if nothing's there, then just let it go to overtime. 3rd and 6 Giants in shotgun. He is going to keep it and look to throw it, and it's going to be caught by Slayton, but only gets a yard. The ball comes out, but Slayton recovers it, and I think the Commanders, they let it go to the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 4th and 5. Yeah, huge shout out to Robert. Robert has gifted 2 memberships tonight, so huge shout out to Robert, and also shout out to Diana, who also became a member. Shout out to all the new subscribers, anyone who liked the stream, and a shout out also, of course, to people who've been hanging out all night. It's been a wild, wacky game, not a high-scoring game, not like the games that we saw yesterday, but a good game nonetheless. It's going down to the wire. Kyle Juszczyk. Oh, love it. That's hilarious. We're up to 47 likes. 2 likes away from the stream goal of 49 likes. So close. Let's make it happen. Thank you all for the ongoing support, though. Really, really appreciate it. So, what do the Giants do here? I think they're going to come out, try and kick the Pooh minute warning. Oh, God. No, thank you, Robert. So, yeah, the Giants are going to attempt the field goal. It's a 50-yarder. The weather conditions not perfect, but they could be worse. If they miss this, the Commanders get great field position. If they score it, still a 1-possession game. Here we go. Snap is away. Hold is good. Kick is up. It's looking good. It's blowing right. It is good, though. It stays good. Good field goal. 20-12 Giants over the Commanders. 1:55 left in the game. The Commanders have 1 timeout. Washington will need to score a touchdown and convert a 2-point conversion to send it to overtime. A lot of time left. They're going to have to go hurry up, but it's not going to have to be, they're not going to have to go crazy with it either. Yep, there's a lot of time left. That was a big field goal. And here's the thing. Think back to the extra point attempt that Joey Sly missed. If he had converted that, then all you need is a touchdown and then an regular extra point, and you tie the game. 8-point game, good score for overtime. And we definitely have a chance for overtime. It's on the card, so we'll see. Washington, in the last drive, they were able to get a huge, huge play for down the field. Oh, Christian, I forgot to ask you. Or I don't remember if you mentioned it, but how did the soccer game go that you coached? Hopefully the team won and they played well. 1:55 left. The last drive, the Commanders were able to get a 60-yard bomb to Dotson, but they ended up fumbling in the red zone. They take the kickoff. They return it from the goal line up to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 42-yard line. Big return, Antonio Gibson. Christian's rooting for the tie. There we go. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Commanders. Great field position on that nice return. Sometimes it's easy to get a little bit conservative with the kickoff. You just say, hey, they lost, but they played really well. Well, that's all you can do, right? You can play your best, and there we go. Hopefully they'll get them the next time. 1st and 10 Commanders at their own 43. Minute 47 left. They have one timeout. Snap is away. Heineke's looking, throwing it down the field, wide open, keeps his feet in bounds. That's Curtis Samuel. It's a good catch, gets out of bounds. 1:41 left. Nice throw down the sideline. Darnay Holmes lets go of the coverage. Ooh, that's going to be close. They're going to look at that. Curtis Samuel, right foot, left foot. That's a good catch. Nope, that's a good catch. Right foot, left foot inbounds. Good catch. They're up to the Giants' 30-yard line. 1:41 left. Heineke in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away. He's got time. Going to dump it down to Logan Thomas, who I don't know if he gets out of bounds. They are going to say that he does. Picks up about 6 yards on the play. 1:34 left, so they have a lot of time left. 4th and poo to go. We're at 48 likes, only 1 like away from the stretch goal of 49 likes. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out here. As far as I know, no teams have ever tied twice in the same season, at least not in the Super Bowl era. Has a team, I'm sure it's happened where a team has had 2 ties in a season, but not against the same team. I think you're saying the same team, but I'm sure some team is tied twice in the same year. I feel like so many games are going to overtime these days. It's crazy. There's an official review. They'll reverse this. What are they reversing, though? Are they reversing whether if the clock is going to run? Okay, that's what they're looking at. I wasn't sure. We would be seeing 2 records back to back. Imagine that. Yesterday on the stream, there was a record-setting game with the huge comeback by the Minnesota Vikings over the Colts. And we'll see what happens here. I mean, I think even if this is overturned, it's still going to be a pickup about 6-7 yards. I think the key thing here is that the clock would start moving. Is that what we're looking at here? But with all this time for the official review, I'm sure the Commanders are kind of going over what plays they want to do. This is kind of works out for Washington, I think, in a weird way. And it's an official review. It's not like the Giants wanted to challenge this necessarily, but to be inbound. So the clock is... So it's going to be at the 24-yard, and they have to run 10 seconds. But I think the Commanders are going to want to actually... I think they kind of want the clock to run. Because they have a timeout, they're already at the Giants' 25. You almost don't want to score too early because the Giants have all 3 timeouts. Now, an official... So they I think it's a 10-second runoff, and then the clock will move, I think, once they set the ball. I think that's what the deal is. But I think if you're Washington, you're kind of happy about this because you have all this time to basically think about like different calls and what have you, how you want to play the next, minute 26 out. So the clock is moving. Now it's a minute 20 left. Clock moving. 2nd and 4 Commanders. Heineke's in shotgun. Looking to throw. Throwing. It's going to be open and caught by Jahan Dotson. First down Commanders at the Giants' 10-yard line. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. Bananas. Good route there by Dotson. Nice throw. And it's out of bounds, so the clock stops. First down right at the 10, 11 yard line. First and goal, Washington. Heineke's in shotgun. Maybe a false start. The high snap. Bobbles it. Throws it for the end zone. Almost intercepted. And that would have ended the game. It was a high snap. The ball popped up. Heineke controls it. Looks down the field. Throws it to the end zone. Almost picked off. Looking for Dotson. And that was so close to being a game ender right there. I think maybe the left tackle almost false started, though. A lot happened in like a few seconds right there. And it's going to be 2nd and 10, however, for the Commanders. 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line. Players coming in and out for the Giants defense. And what's going on here? They hand it off to number 2 of the Commanders, De'Ami Brown. They lose a few yards, but I think there's going to be a flag for defenders coming. The Giants call a timeout because they had defenders running in and off the field at the very end. Jesus. Unbelievable. What a crazy ending here. Almost picked, yeah. So the Giants call a timeout. So there's 1:08 left in the 4th quarter. 2nd and goal for the Commanders at the 10-yard line. Obviously, they are in 4-down territory, so they have 3 shots to get it in the end zone. If they do get it in the end zone, they got to convert onto the 2-point conversion. So we're seeing. Here we go. Heineke's got Gibson to his left. Samuel in motion. Dotson and McLaurin down low. Snap is away. Giants bring in pressure. You got to throw it. Heineke rolls out. Gonna run for it. Heineke is going to be short. I think he gets out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. He does not get out of bounds. The clock is still moving. Giants use a timeout. 52 seconds left. Gives new meaning to tight spiral. That is hilarious. Inside the 1, Heineke. He's inside the 1. The clock, he was deemed to be down inbounds. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was out of bounds, but either way, the Giants use a timeout, so the clock is stopped. 3rd and goal from about the 1. Let's see where he goes down. I think it's maybe just inside the 1-yard line. There's an official review here. Now they're saying there's 57 seconds left. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Lazard says, bro, the Commanders better win. We're going to find out. We will find out. There's an official review. 57 seconds left in the game. And I don't know which way this is going to go. A lot of different ways. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy, and I just met you. Da, 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 da. We have 30 people in here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining Shifty's 49ers Talk Sunday Night Football. We have 57 seconds left in the game. Washington is down by 8. The review, I think, is whether he was tackled inbounds or not. Washington will have the ball 3rd and goal from the Giants' 1-yard line. possibly inside the 1. Heineke doesn't want the camera in his face. Heineke just puts his hands up to the camera like, no, get out of my face. Here comes the official. He was out of bounds. Out of bounds. Thank you, man. So the Giants will actually get their timeout back. There's 1:03 left because he was actually deemed to be ruled out of bounds. Initially, they had let the clock wind down, and the Giants called a timeout. So the Giants now have 2 timeouts, minute 3 left, 3rd and goal from inside the 1. Heineke's in shotgun. Robinson to his left, 2 receivers up top. Receiver comes in motion. Snap is away. Hand it to Robinson, and I think he got in. I think that's a touchdown. There's a flag on the field, though, up at the top, but they're saying touchdown. They're saying touchdown for now. 20-18. They're going to have to look at it, but there is a flag down on the field. It's a false start against the offense. No touchdown. I don't know why I'm the only one who wants to see it tied. These teams would be tied in so many ways. It's a false start on Terry McLaurin. Oh, that was a little move right there. Was that the move that was a false start? Robinson was in for the touchdown, but Terry McLaurin, false start. Just bonkers. Absolutely bananas here. 3rd and goal now from the 6-yard line. 1:01 left. Heineke in shotgun. Back to his right. Dotson and McLaurin down. Look, he's going to have to just throw out of it, almost sacked in the backfield. It's going to be 4th and goal. Azeez Ojulari with the pressure on Taylor Heineke. 4th and goal. This is the game. This is the game right here. Illegal formation. Zach F., how are we doing, buddy? Great to have you here. Zach F., a Packer fan, one of the great supporters of this channel. So huge shout out to Zach F. Zach F. was the first ever member for Shifty 49ers Talk. 4th and goal. This is the game here for the Commanders. Heineke's in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away, maybe offside against the defense. Heineke in the pocket, looking. Gonna have to just throw it for the end zone. Incomplete, looking for Curtis Samuel. No flags on the play. That's the game over. I thought it was maybe an offside. Incomplete. Julian Love, Kayvon Thibodeau, full of emotion. And Heineke cannot come through with the clutch play. Great rush there by Kayvon. And there was nobody open. I see the throw he was trying to make there, looking for Curtis Samuel. And that's it. McLaurin couldn't get open, double covered, looks for Curtis Samuel, and could not come up with it. And that's going to be Giants football. No flags on the play. Great play there by Darnay Holmes. The New York Giants cornerback knocks the ball away. And it's going to be Giants football. And they're just going to go into victory formation. The Commanders, they could call a timeout. But even if they do, it would be game over. So that's the game right there. Curtis Samuel needs to be a little more aggressive. Needs to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, kind of coming back to the ball. But there we go. You would have preferred the Giants losing. Look, the Giants hold. The Giants are going to win the game. Big, I don't know. I mean, maybe a bit of a no call, but in a moment like that, I think you got to let him play. So as it stands right now, the Giants, they win the game. It's game over, but the Giants will move to 8-5-1. They are now the 6th seed in the NFC. The Commanders dropped to the 7th seed at 7-6-1, and the Commanders have Seattle and Detroit breathing down their neck. CG makes a good point that the Commanders are going to play pissed off on Saturday, which is a good point. But man, it's good for the Commanders. They've just had a battle all night long against the Giants. It's going to be a short week for them, having to travel across the country. The Niners have a couple of like 3 extra days of rest. You don't have to travel. With all of that in mind, of course, you got to give the advantage in that game to the Niners, and I think the Niners are just a better team anyways, but we'll see what happens. Now, we ain't making the playoffs. You never know. Packers gone to Super Bowl. Steelers gone to Super Bowl. Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Commanders, says Randy, and I agree. It's a Sunday night game. Like right now on the East Coast, it's 11:30 at night. And the Niners for the last Friday, Saturday, Sunday have just been chilling at home, recovering. They don't have to travel. The Commanders will have to travel across the country. So it'll be a huge rest that the Niners will have. Yeah, exactly. Cowboys choking, it's what's best in the play. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to see in football are the Dallas Cowboys losing in the playoffs. One of the beautiful things that we all love about the NFL. Wow, Niners should be in good shape. I think, going into the game, our defense is going to eat. They're going to be coming after the Washington Commanders. Big time plays right there. And Washington, 2 turnovers, one of them in the red zone. Then they turn it over on downs, of course, at the very end. That false start on Terry McLaurin. Basically, it cost him potentially the game. Screw the Cowboys is right. We can all agree on that. Man, what an ending to this game. Want to say a huge shout out to everyone for supporting the stream tonight. Really solid engagement. So much fun here. Good game. Not a high scoring game, but really fun nonetheless. Really close all game long. But Eagles, I mean, that's very true, Christian, but you never know. I mean, it's not that it doesn't guarantee a win, but I think it's a little bit more favorable, I would say. I can't stand the Cowboys. Hate the Cowboys. We buddies. There we go. But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out tonight. It was such a fun stream. What a fun game. Not a high-scoring one, but really close, exciting nonetheless. Went down to the wire. And again, thank you, everyone, for all the support. Thank you, Robert, for the gifted memberships. Thank you, Diana, for joining the membership with Shifty's 49ers Talk. All the likes on the stream, the new subscribers. Shout out to everyone. Lazard dropping about 3 or 4 subscriptions. Love that. But I'm going to be peacing on out of here, guys. Thank you so much. I don't, as far as I'm aware, I won't be Smoke 82. Thank you for being here as well. As far as unless some schedule changes with work tomorrow, I will not be doing the Monday Night Football game unless something changes. Either way, ideally Monday night, tomorrow night, I'll be trying to get out my power ranking video. Whenever I do power rankings, I do the bottom 3 and the top 10. But what a fun game. This was just one of those, this is like when you think of like division games in December, this is what you think of. 1-score game, not necessarily high scoring, but a battle all the way throughout. So, but a big shout out to everyone. I'll make any announcements. Thank you very much, Stu. All good, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all that. And I don't think I'm going to be doing again, unless something changes, and it might be like a last-minute impromptu stream. I don't think I'll be doing tomorrow night's game because I'm going to be busy, but going to try and get out my power rankings video either Monday night or Tuesday morning. Going to drop a preview video, of course, for the 49ers Commanders game. And great weekend hanging out with you guys. Might try and do a stream throughout the week as well, just to kind of like a Q&A type deal. And but thank you so much for hanging out. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. And thank you for hanging out. Peace out. Appreciate all the love and support. Before I head out, I'm going to say two things. The butt counts. I'm going to catch you guys on